sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight.
We're booting the fuck off.
Can I ask one question?
You can.
Of course you can.
What does the number mean?
What number at the top?
Yeah.
That's the cash prize for TFM's thing. I just wrote it down when someone told me
Right,
this morning.
someone was talking to me about that.
We'll
Yep.
talk about that a little bit as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we dive in.
I thought it was some
You don't know
sort
what it
of
is?
fucking
All right,
crazy
we'll tell
code
you.
or something. I was like, what have I missed out on here?
Do you know about the lotto thing at work too? Okay, we'll dive into that as well.
okay,
Get a few beeps for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Perth's premiere. Perth's number one. I'm including this now. Perth's number one podcast. Yeah. I'm your host this evening, Mr. Michael Dotz. We're joined by Andy Macapel on the ones and twos.
What's happening?
No JP today.
Nope. He's not sick or anything, though.
He's not.
He's actually working.
Which is weird. But we do have a replacement, suitable replacement. Rachel Menzies, how are you?
I'll take that. Yeah, good.
You'll take that? You think I was going to say something bad?
No, obviously not. But I just wondered where we were going with this. If I had to like jump in and do the whole Jordan thing, or
No, you don't have to do that.
am I the
he can
first
do that.
female co-host?
Yeah.
Obviously had guests, but is this the first female
I
co-host?
don't think Chuff's co-hosted us shit.
No, she has
No,
not
she's
co-hosted.
guested.
Connie co-hosted, didn't she? No, Connie sat in the corner on the couch and didn't say anything.
Yeah, yeah. That's the quietest I've ever heard her, to be fair.
Should we slip in a word with Dots real quick?
Go for it.
Let's do it. If you don't heal what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you.
Oh my goodness.
I've heard that one before, Mike.
Have
but
you?
Yeah, that one.
On here?
Cuts to the bone. No, not on here.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, am I doubling up already?
No,
Shit.
no. But
on a
no,
whiteboard.
I've seen that one on Twitter before. Although I don't know where you've got that from this week because it's a picture.
It is. It probably was from Twitter. I probably retweeted it and it came up on
Pinterest.
quotes for my podcast.
It's like nobody's going to look there.
Pinterest is awesome. Do you use Pinterest?
Not really, no.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you use it for?
We
We may have talked about this.
gym
actually last time.
exercises.
Oh, okay, definitely.
Harry Potter stuff. Jane Austen stuff.
Okay.
Recipes, hair ideas.
Jane Austen.
Yeah, like quotes and stuff from her books.
Who
and
is Jane Austen?
What?
Who is Jane Austen?
You don't know who Jane Austen
Oh, is that Stone Cold's wife?
Hey,
No, who is
she never married. She's an author.
She never. She's an author. What has she written?
She's on the £10 notes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, have you ever looked at the back of a £10
I'm
note?
going to regret saying that.
Right,
aren't I?
okay. Yeah, she wrote Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. I
yeah.
know. I
You've heard of the book?
now. I've heard of the book now.
Right, okay.
I haven't read it though. I'm not a
That's
big
your homework
reader.
for next week.
Speaking of reader and kind of yeah, right. Oh, I forgot. I had a book in the car. Maybe we can pause and go get it. But speaking of Harry Potter, World Book Day is coming up. Are you familiar with World? Did you celebrate World Book Day when you were kids?
No, this is a new thing.
This is a new thing. They are fucking turning this into Halloween.
Yeah.
And I hate it. But my daughter picked out a Harry Potter costume, actually, right? And it's so I've never seen those movies either.
At
so
all?
That's strike two. No.
Oh my goodness.
Neither have I, Mike. It's
Oh,
cool.
you haven't? Oh, cool. So it's a
Animals.
black kind of gown with like maroon colors and like a maroon tie. Maroon like kind of, I don't know. lapel,
that's
what's it called?
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor, yeah. So who's in that crew?
Harry
Harry's in that crew.
and Ron and Hermione. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting so excited right now.
Ron's the one with the ginger hair.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Right, okay.
Who's the one with the ginger hair?
Ron,
Ron.
apparently.
Ron. Okay. So like it comes with a wig,
Right.
but I thought it would be Harry because it comes with a wooden stick. Do they all have wooden sticks?
That's a wand.
a wand.
They're
sorry.
witches and wizards, so.
Oh, I'm gonna start off well here. All right, but it comes with just like a wig and then the wand. But I don't know who the character is supposed to be. It
Well,
doesn't
is
say.
it long hair or short hair?
It's kind of like 80s, kind of curly shoulder length. I have a picture of myself in the wig, which I'll show
Oh my
you.
goodness.
I'll put a picture of this
let's
on the
see
Facebook page. But it's such a weird length. I don't know.
That's, that's the female one, so that'll be Hermione.
Hermione. Okay, she
Yeah.
was saying it wasn't Hermione. Anyway.
Babe.
Babe, yeah. I'll put a picture of that on the Facebook page. I will also.
I will
regret
never
that.
be able to unsee that. Oh my god.
So yeah, they're turning it into Halloween. What's the deal with this? Like,
So is that how it was? Like, where does it come from? Is it American? Is it?
You see the kids.
We don't read in America.
Oh, right,
so
okay, yeah.
hence me not knowing who Jane Austen is. So no, I don't know where it's come from. I think the idea, the momentum behind it comes from America, where we're kind of like, we're gonna make as much fucking money out of everything as we can, so much. But World Book Day, I don't think that's even a thing Maybe it wasn't when I was young, and
No.
it wasn't when you were young. So maybe
No.
it just kicked off recently.
Well, it's good though.
I've seen it the past few years. Like I've seen the outfits, like in Asda and stuff like that. But
Now
I've
they got a
never.
whole section.
Yeah.
It is good. I agree. World Book Day is good, but like it has nothing to do with books anymore. It's just like characters we're just going to dress up.
See-
Put
I
the
think
book
they
in.
get to dress up as their favourite characters from books, but then the Harry Potter franchise is so big that it
Yeah.
just looks really franchised because the majority of kids probably want to go with something like one of Ron or Harry, or that's
Yeah.
the only two I know. Quick, Rachel, help.
Don't even get me started because I'd be here all day. But I think if I was a parent, I'd be one of those ones that would want to make the outfit. I'd be like, I'm not buying your stuff from Asda or Tesco. I'd want to make something.
I feel judged right now a little bit.
No, I
like-
want to. No, but I like making stuff though.
Okay.
Like I
Oh, you
go
into
all
that?
out. Yeah, I go all out at Halloween and all of that kind of stuff. So I'd want to make something.
What would you make? Could you make something from Harry Potter, you think?
Yeah, it wouldn't be that difficult.
No, it wouldn't be.
What, making robes or a cape or something
just
or a
like a
hat?
cape.
I'm going to
And then,
enlist you
like-
next year.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
like a job interview for you
Give me a
now.
couple of weeks.
I saw kids coming out the school the other day, like dressed just because I was, hanging about the schools and that. And no, like they've got like a black cape, and then it's like a white shirt with like a red and yellow sort of striped
Mm-hmm.
tie. Then they all obviously wear like the fake specs and that,
Yeah.
except for the ones that wear specs. And yeah, fucking hate the wand and that. So yeah.
Also known as a wooden stick.
A wooden stick.
Yeah.
It looked like a stick. It's brown and it's wooden. So what do you want?
Yeah, I've actually got like replica wands and stuff like that as
How
well.
much that cost you?
I don't know. It was a gift. Rude to ask, really. Yeah.
I'm gonna Google that.
Just look online.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're like £20-30 or something.
Really? For
Yeah,
a
but it's
stick?
like for the proper replica ones that are in the film. Like, they're all
Okay.
like ornate and stuff like that.
Have you been to Harry Potter World?
Not the American one. I've been to London,
Okay.
and it's amazing. You could be there.
Surely that's the more authentic one.
You could
though,
be there
like the one
2
in
days,
Britain.
easy. You know, it's huge, huge.
So have you read about the American one though?
Yeah, my friend Jelly's been. She said it was amazing.
Is it better? Has she been to the?
No,
she
she's
hasn't.
been to America, but she's not been to the one in London. Yeah.
All right.
It wouldn't be on my list of to do things.
Not at
but
all,
fair
no.
play to those
I can
that
maybe
did
do
it.
like a GoFundMe page or something. Get the guys that are listening and be like, guys, do you want to help me go to Florida?
How much
That'd
were
be
the
nice.
tickets? Do you remember? Were they expensive?
For the London one, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's more getting there and then your accommodation and stuff like that. But
Because I know Disneyland tickets are fucking outrageous now. Like it's
I
like
took my
$1,000
mum
a
for her
pop.
birthday.
Disney.
No, down to the London
Oh,
studios,
okay.
the Harry Potters. So she had like a little badge that said it's my birthday, and then she got to push the doors open to the the Great Hall and all of that kind of stuff. Honestly,
my
she
God.
was in her element. She loved it.
Brilliant.
Let's move on before we get any more.
Yeah,
before we
because
get any more
I could,
geekiness on me.
I can go for days.
Maybe any feedback?
My feet have not touched the ground all week. I've hardly checked into very much.
You're a busy man, Andy.
just the usual folk sort of saying. A lot of my sort of pals and that, like folk I went to school with Kenny and stuff like that, were in touch. Just saying how much they enjoyed it. I think Kenny's mum really enjoyed it. I
that's
actually
good.
want to apologise for last week because I was effing and jeffing like the whole episode. My language was really bad last week, so just a wee apology for all the effing.
This is
Every second word.
This is rated R. This show. If they don't like it,
I know, but I
What,
was
they
listening
can
back
F
to it and editing, and I was just,
say that, man. Talking about someone's mom. He's a boxer. I don't want him kicking my ass.
But no, it was a really good episode, good feedback. It was just really good to have Kenny on, and fair play to him. Looking forward to the night. So.
It was great. Yeah, those pictures of us with the belt. Not to kind of not talk about Kenny, but the pictures of us with the belt.
I've got a
were awesome.
confession.
Okay, what's that?
I've stopped listening
Why?
because of Jordan.
Let's slag him while he's not here.
I know,
Let's just do
I know.
it.
I didn't want it to become a bitch fest, but it's going to happen. I've not listened to 2 or 3 now.
Okay. What's Jordan doing that's putting you off?
He sniffs. I can't. Honestly, it makes me angry.
Well, time out. We know he has a weak immune system, so maybe his
He's just
nose-
weak as a person, obviously.
Hang on though. hang
Saki's
on.
immune system.
Oh my
Hang
God.
on though. Hang on.
I feel like we should defend him.
I've been buying more gear this week, so I bought.
Oh, Andy.
No, not that kind of gear. Not that kind of gear. Not that kind of gear. No, it's basically like individual. Like think of it as like individual interfaces for each of these microphones, and they've all got like a noise gate on them. So basically.
Is that like the little muffle things?
Well, it basically cuts the sound. So unless the sound is above a certain threshold in terms of volume, that only when it reaches that threshold does it open the gate and like open the mic and make it live, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, but the thing is, for each microphone, I need to have one unit for each microphone. They're like 140 quid each.
Oh,
So now I'm up to 3. I'll be able to run that for R3 mics anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem.
And Jordan gets
that
the
gonna
first
be-
one.
This is
Going
all for you.
forward
That would be
from next week.
awesome. I really appreciate
all
your
for you,
efforts.
you know
Thank
that,
you.
right?
Yeah.
It's mental because then you listen back to it and you're just like, wow, it doesn't pick up any background noise, any of the sort of creaks of the chair when folk lean back, little coughs to
Yeah.
the side. It'll cut all that shit out. So again, just leveling up.
I kind
step
of
by
like.
step.
I mean, I don't like the sniffing. I wouldn't like that. But the creaks of the chairs and like a cup hitting the table, I kind of like. It's kind of like records. You know how they say that records have or vinyls have that kind of unsanitized sound to them. I kind of like that.
Never heard it being described as unsanitized. Like makes it sound like dirty that you wouldn't even want to touch it. But
No, while CD quality is very
Very
clean,
pure.
digital and
polished.
clean, whereas
Yes.
analog's got a kind of warmth to it from
Sometimes
all
make
the
me sound like a
electrical
creep.
circuitry in it. So.
doesn't take much.
Anyway, we got some feedback from Dan over in America.
Happening down.
Dan said he missed a few episodes like you due to sniffing. No, missed a few episodes, but happy I listened to the one where you finally told the gym story. So did you? Oh, you would have missed it. I got stuck on a piece of equipment in the gym, and I told the story about it.
What piece
Dan-
of equipment?
It was a leg press machine.
How did you get stuck?
Well,
Did you put the weight too high?
I did, yeah. I'll tell you. I'll read what Dan
Amateur.
said. Dan said you should have said how we told you not to do anything until we got back from getting water, but you did it anyway, and the 3 of us heard you screaming. I heard you screaming help, but made believe we didn't hear you because we saw the big dudes running in. So thanks a lot, Dan. For
As Mike had
being
his
me.
legs pinned back just about behind his head.
My knees were
apparently.
by my
So
heels.
I take it was the one where you sit back and you push.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'll quickly go into it just for your benefit.
Thank you.
It was kind of like a chair, but it was kind of like on a weird angle, so you were sitting on it, like kind of like a gaming chair, like rock back.
yeah.
And so you did the leg press. I was the last person to do my set. I did it, and then I put a little bit more weight on. Dan told me I probably shouldn't have at the time. I was
Right.
like, fuck that, I'm Mike Dots. Why wouldn't I put extra weight on? And I ended up getting stuck.
So what
and
weight?
screaming and yelling.
What weight were you on?
It probably wasn't, I don't remember, but it probably wasn't very much.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
My legs aren't very big right
50
now.
kilos.
It's like
What's that?
starting weight.
What's that in American? I'm not sure.
Oh, you need it in pounds, don't you?
Yeah, that's about 100. It's pretty much double.
Oh no, I could lift my body weight. Anything more than that.
It's meant to
I
be
probably wasn't 100 pounds at that point.
1.5 times your body weight for a successful leg press. That's
Okay.
meant to be what you aspire to do.
I definitely wasn't doing that at that time.
Right, okay.
I could probably do it now though. Probably, maybe.
We'll get you into the gym. We'll live feed it, right?
I'll
I'll get you a day pass.
No
Jordan
way.
and I will get you a day pass. We'll
Oh,
take
God.
you into the gym. We'll live feed it onto the Monkey Sword Fight page.
So I can get stuck and people can laugh at me.
Yeah,
and
it'd be great.
maybe we'll go
First-hand
viral and help the
experience.
podcast. Maybe that'll work.
We'll try it.
My man Ed, my good friend Ed, he listened to the podcast and he liked it. He says we're not broad enough though.
I couldn't wait for you to say that word.
What, broad?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I like how you read. That's like the third thing on the rundown. You're like, broad. Oh, Mike's going to
Yeah.
say broad today.
Yeah. And I didn't know if you meant like bulked up broad, like
Oh, that too. Yeah, he
not at
thinks
the
I'm a
gym
whip.
enough, doing like chest and back, or like not broad Scots enough.
Oh, no.
But then that's definitely on you.
he said
Broad
he had
topics enough.
broad topics, yeah.
All right. Well,
he
I
said,
didn't even go down that avenue.
He said he had a hard time understanding Jordan. He said, you were fine. I had a hard time understanding Jordan. And that our topics, it's basically just, he's talking about people from Perth and talking about a lot of Scottish people. And I was like, yeah, well, because you heard the Rana episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, we were talking about Perth people, so it's going to be that, yeah. But I was like, you know what? That's cool. It's good feedback. We'll try and broaden it out a little bit more for our
Does that mean
international
you're gonna
audience.
Ban Celtic chats and
Oh,
sport?
no, we're kicking the fuck off with the Sultan chat today, actually,
Oh,
a
my
little
God.
bit. I wrote getting coffee as a topic, and I don't know why. Oh, yeah, getting coffee.
Because you're always getting coffee.
I am always getting coffee.
How
yeah.
many coffees a day? Is it an issue?
No, it's not an issue. I feel like I'm on...
It's getting awfully defensive.
I
there,
know,
eh?
right?
Yeah, you did.
I just
He's
take
had
my
this
coffee away. Just don't take it away from me.
conversation.
No, I probably have maybe 2 or 3 a day.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot. No, it's not a lot. But I read that after 3, it gets counterproductive and it starts working against you and it starts making you more tired. Too much caffeine. So I just keep it at 2 or 3 a day. I need one as soon as I wake up, right? Need that straight away. Need that hit right before I get in the shower, right? Then when I get to work, normally around 10, 11 o'clock, I'll have one right before lunch. And then if we're doing a podcast, I definitely need one right beforehand. I need to get this mouth going. Well,
So you've then got that whole period of like 7 or 8 hours that you've not had any coffee.
What, from like lunchtime up until
Yeah.
now? Yeah, but like today I was running around. Like I was soccer practice and picking kids up from school and doing all that other shit. But like, no, I normally don't really need it, because I'm moving around.
It's more habit, do you reckon?
The second one is definitely a habit because I don't need that. I can cut that out because by the time I look up and it's ready for lunch, I'm like, I could just go get some food and I'll get that energy. But
I would have said the first one would be the habit because it's the one that you can't cut out.
I need my stuff though in the morning, man. Come on,
Stuff,
now.
man.
I need my junk. Yeah. So we went to Connie and I took the girls to Blend. We're patrons of Blend, of course, and it was funny because we were sitting right by the window, and I guess one of the people who were there over the weekend, they drew a penis on the window. I like the penis art where it's like the balls and the what a penis is, and they drew like the hairs coming out of it. And so my daughters were there, great. I spotted this penis on the window, and they were like, "Oh, look at that!" And so Kanye and I look at each other, we're like, "Oh God, how are we gonna explain this?" And then she was like, "It's a nose." And we were like, "Oh, yeah, it is a nose." And we're like, "Ha ha ha."
She's trolling.
And then she was like, right? What do you say? My daughter knows what a penis is?
She's like, Dad, I've got Google.
And then she's like, and there's hair on the nose. It's a hairy nose. And they start laughing. And kind of were like, oh, yes, hairy nose. I think I was wanting to get like a penis drawing competition for the Facebook page, maybe. What do you think?
I think that's a bit weird.
Jordan and Megan done it that night at theirs, didn't they? On the blackboard.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird for them. Yeah.
Quite normal, actually.
I got a stag update as well. All the money's in. All the cash is in, finally. We're looking at costumes.
What?
For the stag.
Oh, right.
Fancy dress stuff for
Right,
the
okay.
stag.
What are you thinking?
So I found a kind of a rainbow unicorn kind of get up.
Right.
Where it's one of those things where like the legs are dangling, but you're the legs of
Yeah,
the
I like
unicorn.
those.
Yeah. Because he's a big guy. And it's one size fits all, but he's a big guy, and I still think it'll be a little tight on him, but I think that'll be funny. You know what I mean? And we're going to, like I said before, we're going to a shooting range. So to have someone prance around in one of those at a shooting range would just be pretty good. And I wanted to get like a T-shirt made up that said like property of his wife for eternity, something like that. Any suggestions at all?
So do you want a photo of her or him?
On the shirt.
Yeah.
We could get a photo of her on the shirt, yeah.
Yeah, but then it makes her look like a bit of a bunny boiler that her
Yeah,
face
that's
is
true.
plastered on him.
No.
Property of her.
Yeah, and she's just like raging.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
she's
that-
nice. We don't want
yeah,
that. All
yeah,
right, so we'll
'cause
just
that-
put the words on there and maybe like a ball and chain or something, you know what I mean? Why does marriage have to be that? Why does it have to be?
Doesn't have to be.
No, you're right. It doesn't have to be, but it seems to get that tag to it where it's kind of like, oh, the old ball and chain's coming to pick you up from the pub. Here we go.
Well, my friends that got married at the weekend, it was genuinely like two best friends getting married, and that was it. They was really happy, no hassle, no fuss, no drama.
You're divorced now, though. How long?
It's only been a matter of like 72 hours or something.
Oh, no.
But I turned up wearing my Hindu t-shirt and she was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I've walked into this like 5-star hotel with my Hindu t-shirt, like, yay, ready to go. I thought it was funny.
Do you have any Hindu stories besides that?
Oh, God.
Let's go.
We went to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Really good. Some of the girls were just drunk all the time.
Uh-oh. I thought you were going to say something else there.
It was good, and I really want to go back.
Okay.
We were delayed on the flight there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't
Why?
even get a drink of water because they found a suspicious device.
Oh, that's nice. That's what you wanted.
Didn't get us off the plane though. Security wouldn't then come to the plane
Why didn't they
to
let you on the
collect
plane?
it. They then refused to receive it out the window, so they wouldn't even let them like drop it out the window to get rid of it. So we've been sat on this plane for 2 hours, not even had a drink of water or anything.
I like how they left them on the tarmac, just kind of like, no,
Yeah,
we'll let them die,
yeah.
and then we'll see what happens.
So we got there late. We'd booked an activity. We didn't get to do that because the weather was against us. We got delayed coming home as well. And just typical group dynamics that people would just bugger off for a couple of hours and you wouldn't be able to find them, and then you're in the middle of Amsterdam and nobody knows where they are because they're that drunk and they won't answer their phone.
How long were you there?
Thursday through to Sunday. So
Thursday
we
to
got there
Sunday.
late Thursday
Yeah.
because we were a few hours late, so we missed the Thursday. So we were there all day Friday, Saturday, and then home Sunday. So 2 full days.
But you said it was a good time.
Oh, it was really good. Like, we went down the red light districts and stuff like that as well. It was
What's that
just
like?
amazing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so good.
How
so
much
good.
did you pay? Did you pay anybody for any?
No, but you know what? It was quite seedy because you're walking past and you're like, oh, she's nice. Like, look at her. She's pretty.
Yeah.
And then you pot her off and then come back 2 minutes later and her curtain's down. You're like, I know what's happening in there. Like, this is just a bit like, I've just seen a guy standing at her window. And then next thing, like, the curtain's
Checking out the
down.
goods.
Yeah, and it's like, how... And then you start asking questions that you never thought you would ask and just...
Have you been to Amsterdam?
No, I haven't.
So wait, I have two questions first. Like, what are the people of Amsterdam like? Are they cool
So
with people?
chilled.
Yeah.
So chilled.
Okay.
It's amazing. Like, no one's in a hurry to do anything. So they're just really chilled, totally relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Walking down the street, there's people just smoking joints everywhere you look.
A lot of bicycles.
Yes,
Yeah.
everywhere. Like, it's not even a multi-storey car park. It's a bike park.
Yeah.
So there's multi-storey places where they park their bicycles.
Oh, I guess that's
and
good
it's
for the
really
environment.
flat. Like, you rarely see cars. And all you smell is weed everywhere you go. And it's just great.
Hi-yo. So, and with the whole prostitution thing, are there actually good-looking, there's really good-looking women there?
Yeah, but some of them I thought you'd see them, like, they just looked like normal people. I know they're not going to be abnormal, but they just looked like what you would see anywhere you went. There wasn't anything that really stood out about a lot of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you pay to go with someone that just looks like anybody that you pass in the street?
Oh, maybe that's part of the fantasy. You never know.
Well, I've been told that if you go during the day,
Mm-hmm.
it opens at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that it's the more niche market that are there during the day.
Okay,
and
dive in.
you
Hold on.
will-
Wait. Niche? What do you mean niche?
I don't even know, because we didn't even see them. It was my friend at work that was telling me, and it's just kind of a bit more, not so mainstream looking. And
Okay. All right.
more unusual maybe. And
What were you gonna say,
certain
Andy?
tastes.
Check you trying to get all the scoop. Hey.
No, I'm just checking.
Sorry, guys, you'll not be able to reach me for the next 3 days. He's just away off on his own Amsterdam.
I'm flying away to Amsterdam. No, I just always found the place interesting, and I'm kind of disappointed I haven't been there. I haven't been to Vegas yet either. I want to go to Vegas, but I don't know if maybe I'm past my.
No, I think Vegas is more our age, isn't it?
Is it?
I would say so.
I don't know.
No, I think but Vegas is meant to be quite dangerous as well. Like, if you kind of veer off the treading path like type thing, then it can be really, really dangerous.
Yeah, Vegas isn't really a good part of.
So can any place, though.
That's true. Yeah, Vegas is pretty shitty though. I heard. You mentioned in the preamble you had a wedding that you were at.
Yes.
Okay.
Cromlick's house.
Cromlick's
So
house.
That's the Andy Murray Hotel out in Dunblane.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, expensive.
Who's Andy Martin? No, I'm just joking. All right, so,
Don't ask me. I don't know about sports. Really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, crazy money for a drink.
okay.
For
How much are we talking for a drink?
I was £7 for rum and coke.
Was it in a small glass too, or was it a big
It was
glass?
just a normal.
A shot glass full of rum and coke. That annoys
Or
me.
you were £7 for a shot of tequila. So I was £35 for 4 tequilas and a rum.
Did you smuggle a little bottle in to
No,
keep yourself?
I
No.
didn't. I never know.
No, that's no good.
I was on my best behaviour.
Mm-hmm.
Still got the fear from the last time I was at a wedding where I got really drunk and started crying. So
Why were you
didn't want
crying? Do you remember why you were crying?
not really, no.
We've all been there.
I've been sent photos, so I know what happened.
We've all
Because my
been
friends are so nice that they took photos of me whilst I was crying.
Don't come put your arm around me. Just take photos of me while I'm crying my eyes out.
Yeah, so thanks, Megan.
Oh, it was Megan.
No, a different Megan.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I was going to say.
I know two.
All right.
Lady
That's
Bestie
pretty
wouldn't have done
popular
that to
name.
me.
So yeah, what else happened at the wedding?
It was really nice. No,
Yeah.
it was just really nice.
You said that your legs were hurting. Were you dancing a lot?
Yes, it turned into a rave. It was just like a 90s dance party. It was just so good. So good.
Oh, that is awesome.
So there was 36 people there during the day, an extra 60 at night. And one of my friends just kept putting everything on his room. He's like, just put it on my tab, just put it on my tab. And his bill was £630 the next day.
But I was going to say, I imagine if the drinks were £7 a pop for a shot, then yeah, it was going to get pretty pricey up in there.
Well,
So
the
where is this hotel?
So when you're heading through, if you go out the Glasgow Roadway, you take the Kinbucky turn, and it's like 2 miles from Dunblane. So it's just down a little like country road and then up an estate, and here's your little fancy hotel.
Sounds like a place I'll never be at.
Well, that's what we were saying. We will never go there ever again. So the room that we were in was one of the junior suites, and it had like a steam room and stuff like that in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Bathroom was massive, had a big like roll top like tub and stuff like that, and that was £490 per night. For one night.
Fuck that, I'd just sleep in my car, honestly.
Well, it was that hot. It
Where's
was
the
that
Holiday Inn
hot in the
Express?
hotel that Sean slept on the bathroom floor. So he's in like a £350 room for the night, sleeping on the floor.
Absolutely nuts. I'm
that's
calling
mental.
somebody up to come fix that shit.
Honestly, like, we've had all the windows open and everything. Sean slept on the floor.
That's no good. No.
No. So doesn't matter where you stay. It doesn't mean that you're going to enjoy yourself.
So it was this wedding yesterday.
Saturday night.
It was, and you're still feeling rough today.
Yeah, obviously. Clearly need to kick the arse of it out of every wedding that I go to.
So what time did you end up in bed?
1.
1 o'clock. Oh, it's not that
The
bad.
night guest left, and I was like, right, I am away, and just
Yeah. You got to
Yeah.
sneak away.
yeah.
You went to your bed at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'd been up since 6. I'm old.
Well, she didn't have enough. She couldn't take out a loan to pay
you
for the rest of the drinks for the
And
night.
you still feel rough at 8 o'clock on a Monday night.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of poor.
I
though.
only slept for 3 hours. I couldn't sleep. It was too hot. It's the
That's
sleep
crazy.
deprivation that's killing me. It really
That's
is.
probably really what it is.
Yeah.
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 And Andy Mack.
I'm not saying anything.
I danced.
I'm not buying it.
I danced the whole night. Literally, like, I was off the dance floor for about 10 minutes max. I was just dancing the whole time. It was really good, though. The DJ was good.
Andy Mack. You got anything? What have you been up to?
What, this week?
Yeah. You said your feet haven't touched the floor, which I like, but what have you been doing though?
What, since we were last here on Monday?
Yes, sir.
New Gyro Baby single came out today.
I saw you pushing that, yeah.
So that came out at 7 o'clock just before I came here. That was really good recording that. With Mark and Gordy mixed that and then got mastered by a guy through in Glasgow called Tom S. Ray. So he's a good master. So yeah, it sounds great. Single dropped at 7 o'clock tonight, and the new video as well. Other than that, sorry, I just sniffed it out.
Oh,
I'm leaving. I'm leaving now.
I've been doing a track there. Well, I just recorded it there. I was telling you about it before we started with a lassie called Hannah Smith in the college.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back into the studio on Friday and get her vocals down for that, and then hopefully do an EP with her. Just loads of stuff, man. Just loads of music. Been working down here. Just busy, mate. Writing reports as well. So if you're interested in the history of mobile networks from 1G to 5G and the potential applications and
I'd
uses of
actually read
5G
that.
technology in the audio engineering industry,
Yeah.
I'll fucking tell you all about it, mate.
I'd actually read that. Yeah.
Oh, God, it's dry like.
When's 5G booting off? I'm into that.
Well, they're hoping it'll be rolled out across the UK fully by 2022.
Oh, that's not even that far away.
Perth will be the last place to
Oh,
get
of
it.
course,
But
yeah.
the cool thing is now when you go to concerts and sports events, you can actually then use your mobile, say like your iPhone on 5G, with a set of headphones and like actually have like your own mix of the live event going. So say you went to see the Foo Fighters,
Yeah.
you could technically do your own mix of it while you were there. So you're like, I want more drums, I want more guitar, I can do that.
Really?
At a live sports event, I want the commentary louder, all that. So you can have like the commentary, all that shit. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
So I've been looking at the theoretical applications of it and how I could apply that to a recording studio.
Yeah.
So let's say you guys come in to record with me. You're a band
Yeah.
and you're in the live room, you're recording. But you want different headphone mixes. You might want more drums. You might want more vocals in your mix. Rather than me sitting and have to do individual headphone mixes for both of you,
Do it yourself.
you just log your phone onto the Wi-Fi network, 5G. Will not be Wi-Fi network, it'll be a 5G network. You
Yeah.
log on, my system's all running through that, and then you can sit and manipulate your headphone mix while I'm recording you yourself off your phone.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So it just takes away all that kind of pissing about. Can I get more? Can I get more of the guitar in my mix? You're like, "Ah,
My levels
fuck
is
off,
good.
It's as loud as it's
My
going."
levels is good.
No, I'm only joking. But in seriousness, so yeah, that's what I've been doing, man. I've been doing a lot of research and just getting that paper kind of written. It's only 1,800 words, but it's a really dry subject, so it's got to be well researched.
Yeah.
The theoretical part of it's all got to be pretty sound. I can't just be picking ideas out the sky. It all has to have some sort of coherent structure to it and potential application. And yeah, it's only 1,800 words, but the research takes a lot of time. You know, so when you sit down to write, you know what you're going to write about. You're not sitting down trying to write, but you've done no research. You don't have a clue what you're going to put on the paper.
Yeah.
So then what you do is you just try and do like 600 to 750 words on day one of your writing. Day two, do the next sort of 750.
Oh,
and
it's
then-
way too organized for me.
Yeah, but the point is then if it's not due in for 3 weeks, you've pretty much got it written.
You
but
got a big
can
chunk of
sit,
it done,
But you
yeah.
can sit and reflect on it. And as you read and develop other things and ideas, you can go, well, actually, I'll put that in, that'll tie that all together, boom, 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 boom. And then
Yeah.
you put in a really high quality paper that you're going to get a good mark for.
That's why I never went to uni.
Well,
I
I
couldn't
was
do
just
that.
thinking the exact same.
Such a geek. So you asked what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to, man. That
Bet you
paper's
wish you
been
never
eating me alive, man.
No,
So-
that's
but yeah, no, it's good. It's good fun.
this week. See, because you're talking about gigs and possibly tinkering with the sound. I'm going to my first. Well, does Blink 182 count as rock? They do, right? I went to Blink 182 when I was young. All right, that's
Oh, you
fine.
said 182 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a total different. We would say 182 and you said 182.
It's maybe an American thing,
Yeah,
though.
it is.
What is it called though? Is it?
I read a whole article on that on Facebook.
What did it say?
Honestly.
I always
It
called
was
it
just
Blink
like-
182.
Yeah, I say 182, but Americans say 182.
Maybe I'm fucking that up. I don't know.
Why
don't
does
know.
nobody say Blink 182?
18-2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wonder if anyone's ever
Uno
said that.
ocho dos. How about that? Anyway, that was like one of the first rock bands that
Do you
I
not
saw.
feel like you're...
I guess. What?
So you only just seen them recently for the first
No,
time?
no.
Oh, right,
This
okay.
was I must have been like 17 or 18 when I
right.
first saw them.
That'd be a
Maybe
good time
even
to see
that.
them as well.
It was
Yeah.
good, yeah. It was cool because like when it was at Jones Beach, so it's like amphitheater outside and overlooking the ocean. And when they came on stage, like a fuck just came up from behind them, and then it went on fire. Flaming fuck. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But anyway, so first rock concert that I've been to, but tomorrow I'm going to one. I got Connie some tickets. I told you to go see POD.
That'll be good, man. Honestly,
Hold on.
Throwback.
POD, Alien Ant Farm, who I love, and there's a band called The 68. And so I didn't really know what I was getting into because, like, she's into that type of stuff. She went to a rock concert on her own a couple of months ago, and I was like, oh, it's cool. She didn't have a spare ticket. I would have went with her. So she showed me some of the videos on Instagram. I am in no way prepared physically or mentally to go to this rock concert.
You don't have to go in a mosh pit, Mike. It doesn't have to be like that, man.
I'm just worried. What if someone pulls Connie in? Do I got to defend her honor? Do I got to throw some punches to these guys with spiky hair
man.
and muscles? You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm afraid of here. What happens? What do I
think
gotta do? Do I gotta nip it? I gotta nip it.
you pitch up in a Yankees hat with one like big hoodie, some blue jeans on with the suede sort of Timbies on. I think you just rock in with that look and nobody's gonna fucking
That's a
mess,
staple wardrobe.
It
I
is.
know.
It is. I'm wearing that right now. No, no, I was, but then I gotta walk up from the train station up to Sucky Hole Street. Is that where the garage is? Yeah.
What did you call it?
Sucky Hole.
Sucky.
Sucky hole.
That's,
Okay, we're
that's a
not
street-
doing this.
That's one in Amsterdam, Mike. Sucky Hall. That's in Glasgow.
Salky Hall.
Yeah, not
Salky Hall Street.
Sucky.
It's funny because I saw the Alien Ant Farm on Instagram, and they were like,
That's ended me. Sorry.
we're in Glasgow tonight, and we're gonna be. And I was like, oh, it's Glasgow. I learned that the hard
Have you
way.
seen the video of the guy? He's from America and he's like, I'm in Glasgow and he wants to speak to everybody. And they're all
yeah, they
taking
punch
the
him in
piss,
the
calling
face.
him a wallopper and everything. That's brilliant.
Gonna see the Glasgow Rangers. Yeah, so she showed me these videos, and and
She's done that to put the fear in you, though, hasn't
I know she has.
She really has.
but she
fine.
doesn't know that I'm gonna be sick tomorrow, and I'm not gonna go. No, I'm just a little nervous. I just don't know. I've never been in that type of atmosphere before.
Yeah, but
so.
you can always stand further back.
You can, but then you can't see the show. And what if she wants to go forward? These are bands that she
Well, let her
likes,
go
and-
then. You don't have to hold her hand the whole night, Mike. She's a grown woman.
No, and then what if she gets sucked into the gravity of the mosh pit?
She'll probably be up for it, man.
So what happened when she was there 2 months ago by herself? Did she just sit in a corner feeling sorry for herself because you were?
She actually got into a fight with a couple
did
of guys.
she?
No, I'm just joking.
I'm not. Yes.
No.
Tell me more.
No, she was fine. She's tougher than me though. That's the problem. So I don't know. You got any advice for me for my first rock concert here?
I've never been at one.
Enjoy yourself.
I will. I'm gonna get
Have a couple of beers.
Have a couple of cans on the train on the way
So
through.
where is it? Where's the venue?
The garage. I'm not gonna say it the way I say it.
The garage.
Yes, the garage.
Oh, you're fucked, Mike. You're fucked.
Why?
Because that is quite rough.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it tight in there too? Is
You'll
it
be
small?
all. You honestly don't put the fear in them.
You'll walk in, the whole place will just go silent. They'll be like, "Who's this guy? What's
Who's
he
the
doing?"
colored fella over there? No, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm just.
Two bits of advice for you then, right?
Here we go.
Just make sure your footwear's secure because sometimes you can get pushed
steal
and pulled
shoes?
about, and if
Oh,
your
okay.
shoes are on, your trainers are on loose, your fucking trainer can come off like that. And if it, no, bro,
You sound
If-
experienced in
If
this.
it goes, I'll tell you what happened to me. I went to Reading Festival, but broke in it was 2000, and I broke
Your
in.
age, Andy.
But coming out of there on the Sunday, it was so hot on the Sunday. It was like 35 degrees. It was boiling.
Where was this? Sorry.
Reading Festival.
Reading, okay.
So this was in the year 2000. So
England,
showing
where
me,
they get
When we
summers.
still had summer. Yeah.
yeah, showing my age here. So yeah, anyway, on the last day, I got absolutely like soaked through in that, and then trying to get home at night. Couldn't get home. Was there the next day, but the problem is at Reading Station, it's got automated ticket gates, and I didn't have my wallet or any money, and all my clothes were soaking in a plastic bag, and I was wearing just my boxer shorts, a wet jumper, and a pair of trainers. And eventually the security guy took pity on me and he's just like, right, I'll let you through, mate. And I jumped on the train from Reading to Guildford and then sat there basically in my underwear all the way back to Guildford and then got out at Guildford Station. Luckily, my house was only 5 minutes away.
Okay.
But the problem is Guildford Station is right in the bang smack in the middle of the town, Monday morning, rush hour.
Oh.
8:30. Here's me coming off the train, walking, bockies and a jumper.
You should have had a
Soaked
coffee cup. Someone would put some money in there and like get it
Total
together.
broken man.
through. Totally broken after taking loads of drugs and just drinking for pretty much days on end. And having broken into a festival as big as that, what an epic weekend, but what a...
Hard finish.
Nature come down.
Whoa, talk about walk of shame. I'd like to hear a better walk of shame than that, man. Yeah, on a slack come down, just hangover.
How long we had a
haven't
commission?
slept. Oh,
That would be the ultimate fear.
Yeah.
That really would be.
yeah, it
bad.
was brutal. Lost my wallet, money, all my, just pretty much all
You'd
my
be like an
belongings.
epic meme. Like, you
would.
know how like if anybody had taken a photo of you, like if that was now,
I would just
You'd
wait to
have been
say,
everywhere.
yeah, exactly. Thank God that was in the year 2000 and not 2019.
Yeah.
You imagine that?
You'd have been all over Instagram, yeah.
So just coming out of Perth Station, you'd have to walk through, say, the entire town to get to my gaff at Ballantyne Place.
Oh man.
It's, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's a good one for you, Mike.
I'm afraid
That's a rock concert for you. 3
know.
days worth, mate.
I don't want to be walking.
you'll be fine.
Don't wanna be
totally
fine, bro.
Don't want to
Honestly,
be walking down Sucky Hall Street and
just didn't call it that. Honestly, you will get battered.
I said that for like the first 3 years in Glasgow. I'll never forget like my first night out in Glasgow actually when I lived there. Like we walked up Buchanan. Is it Buchanan?
Yeah, you're saying that right.
Yeah.
Buchanan Street.
Buchanan Street, and then you make the left onto Sucky Hall Street.
Say like Socky.
Saki.
That's better.
Saki Hall Street.
Yeah.
Like this, like the Japanese drink sake.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Saki Hall
better than
Street.
Sucky.
Closer, yeah.
So and then there was just guys singing. I didn't know what it was at the time, but it were football songs. And one of the guys had his head fucking bust wide open, blood pouring everywhere. And they would just go. They were going to the next place. They weren't going to the hospital. They weren't going to patch it up or home. They were going to the next bar down there. And I was like, all right, I made the right choice by moving over here. Cool.
Scottish people are hardy people.
They are hardy
They are.
people. I've
They
realized
totally
that.
are.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine how much more mental it would be if it was like America and we had guns?
I know.
Oh God.
No.
Imagine that.
You guys are responsible though, so it's cool. Do you disagree?
Have you seen the videos of the American police and British police, and they're all sat in a big conference room, and they play videos, and it's a guy running about in London somewhere with a machete, and the Americans are like, shoot him, just shoot him, just shoot him, it's
Take him
fine,
down.
just take him down, you know. And then there's like 18 riot police for this one guy with a machete. They were like, look at you wasting your own police resources. Shoot him, get rid of him. And it's
Yeah.
amazing to watch.
I saw a video like that recently where they go into a hospital, I think, and there's 3 cops. And they're pretty big cops. This is somewhere in England. And then as soon as they come around the corner, another guy comes around the corner, a pretty big guy. And then they just kind of stop. And I was like, see, in America, the guns are out and that guy's getting shot down. And I think they shot him with the taser, and it just didn't phase him.
Yeah.
What's going on with the taser industry? How people are just bouncing up from getting shot with tasers? I thought that those were taking people down.
Getting watered down, mate. Right.
Didn't charge your batteries when you left the house.
I think it's, I don't know, because some people can get hit with like 3 of them and still be standing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I would like to get shot by one to see what happens.
Uh-oh, live video. Let's do it.
No,
Well,
no,
they're a firearm now. They're an illegal. You can't own them in the UK. They're
know a guy.
classed as a firearm.
I know a guy.
because I'd be interested to like see, yeah, all these folk like get shot by a taser and that, and like it doesn't bother folk. I bet you if I got shot by one, I'd be absolutely crumpled, man. But I'd love to try it.
Have, what's like the...
I think it depends how much of a hit you get. Like, I think if you just get like a quick,
But
then
they
it's a
can-
jolt to the system. But if it's held on you and pressed on you, then you can collapse, and then you're out of commission for a good couple of minutes.
But you remember...
after you've wet yourself.
Remember...
Yeah.
That's the most embarrassing
Yeah.
part. Shitting and wetting yourself.
Having to walk home again. Mate. My clothes in a plastic bag.
We saw a guy like
Made in a
that in
plastic
2000
bag.
after running. No, it couldn't be him, could it? Remember like what Ali was talking about when it was heart condition and the doctor, they hooked him up to something and he was controlling it. He was
Yeah.
cranking it up. I feel like they can do that with the taser and just kind of be like, what do you know? What do you know? And kind of crank it up and then kind of drop you down. But do you have, what's like your closest, this is going to be a weird question, but like, what's like your closest interaction? Have you ever had any interaction with like any police weaponry, like a baton or a gun or anything?
Well, in Amsterdam, when we were going to the airport, I was just walking along on my phone and literally just banged into someone, looked up, and here was a police officer with a gun, and literally my nose was on it.
Why?
they were just walking about. It was just armed police at Amsterdam airport, and I literally, I touched it with my nose. Just walked clean into a police officer holding a gun.
I feel like I've seen like a lot of fights in Perth, and I haven't seen any batons come out, and I haven't seen anything crazy like that.
That's more for like the riots. That's more for like big crowds and stuff like that, when you need to start cracking folk on the legs and that to get them back.
My friend was in Valencia for the Celtic game, and they walked out the pub, and he says the local police are okay, but it's the military police. And literally just, they hit this little boy. He was only about 15 or 16. He hit the ground. He went to kind of like protect him, and you should see the bruise that was over his back. It's huge. And they just belted him in the ribs, and they were just hitting his legs, his arse, his back, and everything. And he's just covered. And he said it was wrong place at the wrong time, but they just didn't care. They just went in. Didn't matter who it was, how old, male, female, you were getting it.
That's terrible.
And he said it was scary. He said it was really scary.
I never understand how people fuck with cops. Like, I don't want any smoke with any cops ever.
Well, the problem is now a lot of the police forces, like particularly in America, they're so heavily militarized now. You know, you go up against a police force, it's as good as going up against the army.
It's like a transformer you're fighting.
It's just another extension of the armed forces to some extent, particularly in the States. Like, the militarization of the police is fucking crazy over there. But that kind of culture is seeping over here into Europe, and it has been for the last probably 15 to 20 years.
I had, I got pulled over one time. I don't know, did I tell the story when I got my license taken away in here? No? All right. So I had been over here for quite some time, and I didn't get a British license. I was a naughty boy. So, but I thought that I could leave the country and then come back in and it kind of refresh, and I had like 12 fresh months. So that was at least my story that I told to the cops.
That's kind of what I would have figured, though.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Why not? If you're on a visa.
I was like, I didn't have my British passport at the time yet. You know what I mean? I was still a visitor. I was like, maybe I could do it. So I was coming out of the place that shall not be mentioned. Oh, no, I was in the training school, actually, in Inveralman.
Right.
So I was coming back in from lunch, and I didn't know that you could cross the motorway, because I live right on the other side of the motorway. I used to live there. I didn't know that you could walk across the motorway, and it was like a pedestrian area. So I had my car, and I drove there, and then I drove back. I had a piece of shit green Peugeot that was like falling apart. So I made a left, and then I made another left, and then they followed me, and then they pulled me over, and I was like, fuck. So they were like, oh, yeah, we stop older cars from time to time. I was like, oh, it's fucking bullshit, but whatever. So I give him my license, and he's like, this is American. I was like, yeah. I was like, he's like, you from America? Yeah. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, where's your British license? And I was like, I don't have one, sir. He's like, come sit in my car. So now I was supposed to be going back to work, of course, and I didn't make it back to work on time because you get like an hour for lunch. And now I'm already an hour in. I was running late. So now I'm sitting in the back of this cop car, and they're like literally looking through like some type of cop book trying to charge me with something, but I don't think they've ever come across my situation before where they've stopped someone, legal car, it was all registered and everything was fine, but they just never saw someone driving without a license that was like living here. So then they took my car, confiscated my car, impounded my car. They gave me like £100 fine. It cost me like, when you include the driving lessons and everything that I had to do to get my license back, it was like £1,000 all in that I had to spend.
Now, here's an interesting question for you, because I know the Americans drive a lot of automatic cars. Did you learn to drive on an automatic?
I did, yes.
So when you came over here, was that your first experience of driving a manual?
No, I never. I was driving automatic.
You were driving an automatic?
I've only bought automatic since I've been here, yeah.
My mum drives automatic.
Yeah, and what is her reasoning for that?
She just could not get her head round driving a manual car.
But why? Why?
And if you think about it, 30 odd years ago, you couldn't get automatic cars
They're tight.
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas they're more mainstream now, but back then my dad struggled to get her like an automatic car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're pretty tough to find now. It's a lot easier to find them now.
Yeah, yeah.
Even when I first moved over here, it was kind of tough to find a decent...
Alarm bells are ringing the way. Shitty, beat up old green Peugeot.
Yeah.
It runs the license plate and it's an automatic. They're like, who the
course
fuck
I
is
was
driving that thing, man?
Of course
Get
I
him
wa-
pulled over right now. Like,
Of course, I went the race route. I was like, "Oh, I'm black. Is that why you pulled me over?" I put my angry black man voice on. But then they were like, "No." They're like, "Ignorance is not a excuse." And I was like, "All right, I guess." So then I walked back after like 2 hours of being away. I walked back to work. And they were like, "Where the fuck were you?" And I was like, "I had my car taken away."
I'm a criminal.
I'm a criminal. So
but the first thing they then said is when you're working the time back.
I know.
Not even giving a fuck that you just lost your
Final
car and
note.
your license.
Go talk to real time and dry your tears over there. But that story kind of came to my mind because I saw someone driving instructor, and they took the girl to the gas station, and they were putting helping her, showing her how to put gas in the car, and I was like, I didn't think that was a thing. Like I thought
I
that
never
like
got shown that on my
no, that's just a waste of money.
lessons or-
He's
No,
stealing your money.
I think part of your test in that now, I mean, it's a long time since I've sat my test, but I think now you've got to be able to show how you change oil,
Yeah.
how you change all these different fluids and that can go into your car, a whole lot of stuff like
Is
that. I
it
know what to
changing
do.
it or topping it up?
Or topping it up, yeah.
Right,
They'll be
yeah.
like,
Oh, okay.
kind of like mechanic, getting on your blue overalls,
Fucking Phil Mitchell,
getting
like.
jacked up. Like,
Yeah, I was just that'd be funny though.
be a long
Crank that
driving
car
test.
up. Kids are dying. His cars are falling on top of them because the jack isn't working.
Obviously got a part-time job at Halfords before you can pass your test.
I know, right? Go work at that Halfords and come back to me. No, but I just pulled in and I was getting gas, and then I saw the girl. She was kind of looking at this guy with a blank stare, like, okay, don't put the diesel in. Make sure you put the petrol in. And I was like, this guy's charging her probably like, I don't know how much you're driving stuff now. It's like 50 pounds an hour or something
Is
like
it?
that, maybe. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
And he's
I
showing
was
her how to put.
£19 for my driving lessons.
I
Oh,
bet
you're
it
dating
can't-
yourself.
It
Yeah.
can't be more than 20, but more than 30.
I would say 30. no.
Okay, all right. Well, whatever it is, it's too much to show somebody how to put gas in their goddamn car. That's what I'm saying. Get your dad or your
Maybe
uncle.
she's just a really bad
Honestly-
driver and she didn't have a clue about anything.
Yeah,
that kind
that's
of,
true.
You never know.
When my friend was sitting her test, she had no idea at all. And when
She shouldn't be on the road.
No, but about cars or anything in general. She was just passing her test because she got to that age. She could do it. It was going to be practical. She wanted to go off to uni.
Yeah.
So to make it easier for her, she wanted to pass her driving test. Not that she had any interest in cars or anything. And once she'd passed her test, because she hadn't been out driving out with her driving instructor, she had no other experience unless it was in that kind of situation where everything was structured for her and she was told what to do. So she then had to go out for a lesson in her car after she'd passed her test. So she went out for a couple of lessons with the driving instructor after she'd passed her test.
She probably put his kids through college, like all that. That's insane.
He was a good driving instructor though, in all fairness. But yeah, she had to get lessons in her car to know and get her like bearings and stuff like that.
I had
That's
like,
mental.
I had like a really strict. The first driving instructor I had, well, here, he was like a really strict guy, and I was like, "Look, I need to. My daughters are going to school soon. I need to be able to pick them
Yeah.
up." I was like, I had a little incident. We got stopped. Got back to work.
I'm a bad boy.
I was like, I just need to pass my test, and he was going through like all the basic shit with me, like.
But why did he not just take you on a lesson and say, you drive, let's see what you can do?
I think he did, and he was like, "Oh, but it's just still some bad habits that you need to shake." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't think I'm that bad." And then once I got rid of him, because he was going on holiday, and he was like, "Oh, I want you to wait for me. I'm going away for 2 weeks." But he goes, "You got a lot of things you need to touch up." I was like, "I'm not fucking waiting for you for 2 weeks. Like, I need to go get this sorted." And the next guy I ended up being his fucking therapist. Like, I'm driving around Perth, and he's telling me, "But my son, I just don't think he loves me." And I'm like, "Look, sir,
That's
if I
deep.
can pass my test, I need to get out of here. I can't be.
I
afforded to
would
pay
have
you."
loved to have been there. I would have given him great advice,
Agony.
honestly. Did you then have to learn in an automatic, then a driving instructor teaching you how to drive an automatic, or
Yeah.
did you learn in a manual?
An automatic.
So that means you can never buy a manual car then, can you?
And I don't want to.
You're going to
Yeah,
miss
you
out
don't-
on the
you have an
joy of changing
automatic.
gear, man.
Yeah.
Well, my car has semi-automatic. I can do that. Like you can tap it. and-
Shit.
It's not the same. It's not the same as...
Shit.
My driving instructor was really good. He was like, drive as many cars as you can, old, new, automatic, manual, and he was very much like,
Yeah.
drive everything because it's a better way of learning to drive. Because when I passed my test, I didn't walk into a garage and buy a brand new car.
No, you wouldn't.
Like, I had an old 306. Like, the window used to fall out and the seat was broken and it didn't
think
have
I've
a
seen that
rev
car.
counter. Yeah, it didn't have a rev counter and the heaters were constantly on. And, like,
Oh.
that's what my dad says. He's like, that's the best way of learning to drive. He's like, if you're driving an old shitty car, he's like, that is
Yeah.
the best way to learn. He's like, what's the point in going in and buying a brand new car that you're likely going to write off within the first 6 months?
What was the? Well, how many?
driver are you? You're writing off in the first 6 months.
See,
No
any-
faith, Mario. Come
Any
on.
conviction that I have is a driving conviction.
Really?
My criminal record is all because of my car.
What kind of? What kind of conviction?
Honestly.
What kind of convictions? do you
Great
have,
episode
Rachel?
tonight.
I know, right?
Everybody's getting lifted.
I got my licence revoked because
For
I
what?
hadn't sent it away to get points put on it, and I'd been stopped by the police twice since they'd revoked my licence.
Ooh.
None of them pulled that up on their system. I've been done for speeding, dangerous driving. I had to go on a course to prove that I was a safe driver. Yeah, I was pretty wild in my car when I was younger. Used to sit down the south end with all the boy racers. Yeah,
I've had plenty of lifts home from Rachel back in the day. I can safely say she's a very safe driver. From my experience.
We went to
Yeah.
Disney. You were good.
Yeah.
Nice car
And the
too,
music's always good as well.
It
so
is
that-
always good. Yeah.
It was in the Mini those days. You still got that Mini?
No, sold it. I only keep a car a couple of years and then move on.
You got to.
Yeah.
How many times did it take you before you passed your driving test?
Well, I had bad habits
Mm-hmm.
because my dad used to take me out driving, and
Oh,
he'd just be on
parents
his
screw you
phone the
up.
whole. No, he'd just be on his phone, not even caring. She's like,
Yeah, make a left here.
He's like, Rachel. I was like, He's like, you're doing 100 mile an hour. I'm like, oh fuck, right, okay,
Sorry,
you better slow down.
Police in the
He's
mirror.
Like, no, I'm not bothered. I'm just so you're aware. And I'm like, all right then, fine, yeah. So I had loads of bad habits, and my mum says I've got really shifty eyes. So it didn't make it look like I was looking at the mirror. So I had to like nod my head when I was like looking, so they knew I was actually looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're meant to do, though. You're meant to make all your mirror looks and that really
Yeah, like
exaggerate
really
when you're doing your
exaggerated.
test
Yeah.
and that. Like, tests good fun. I was like 3 minors. I had a pretty fucking clean drive, but
Yeah.
I did nearly mess mine up because he was like, "You're coming up here, take a right." And the thing was, the right that he was on about, I didn't see there was like a blind right before it, so I started indicating, and then I was like, "Oh shit!"
Panic.
And then went past it, and then indicated again and went to the right one. He got to it, and he's like, you could have failed that there, but I could see you knew that you'd made the
Yeah.
mistake though, and you didn't cause any.
Good man,
You didn't
good
panic
man.
in that.
You're
You're
still
in full
progressively
control.
driving.
I was just like, yeah, bones, man. Nice one. Like, give me that. Like, nice one. Big up, mate. But then obviously you can't drive back because apparently you'll be too excited, like driving
Yeah.
back after you've passed. That's always the worst thing is you've passed and you've got to sit and get a lift back for somebody.
Yeah.
You're just like, let me loose on the road, man.
No, let me go.
It used to be my driving instructor would take you out for like an hour or 2 hours before your driving test. So by the time I come to do my test, I was knackered. Like I hadn't been driving. Who, when they're learning to drive, has been out driving for a whole 2 hours?
I know. No.
You know, that's a long time,
It
considering
is.
you're only learning how to drive.
I'm driving for 2 hours
Yeah,
now.
that
What
fucked me over. But my friend was doing his CBT for his bike, and they said go right round to the roundabout. So he approached the roundabout and say it was like the first left. He went the opposite way.
He went the wrong way around the roundabout.
Yeah.
Oh,
So he undertook the roundabout.
Yeah.
People in Perth do that all the time. I do that, but you can't do that on your test.
No.
But he went like he went the opposite way and then
All the
took
way
a
around.
loop around, and so that was an automatic fail for him.
Yeah, it would be.
Jeez.
Yeah, but he went the wrong way round the roundabout, and the guy behind, because when you're doing your bike tests,
Yeah.
you've just got like a little earpiece, and they're speaking to you, and he says he was just screaming at him the whole time, like, "What are you doing?" And then
So wait, where's the instructor though?
they're behind you,
Oh, okay. All right.
so you usually go out in like little groups of like 2 and 3. And you've all got like your little earpiece, and they
Oh, that sounds
speak to
pretty
you.
cool.
So they speak to you. You can't speak back, so you can just hear them, and they just
Yeah.
tell you, right, we're going this way, you're going that way, or whatever.
All
And he
right.
says the guy was just behind him screaming at him the whole time. And then they all got escorted back, and he failed, and everyone else got taken back out to pass. Yeah.
That's sad. What were you gonna say?
Heartbreaker. No, I
It's
wasn't going to
easy
say
done,
anything.
though. It
I
is
just,
easy done.
I was just thinking, like, they obviously can hear what he's saying, but they don't have microphones and that, and the guy will be screaming at me. It's just like, fuck off, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Check off down the road.
Yeah.
Keeping his earpiece too, bastard.
Whatever, bro. Like, just keep going.
We're gonna try and call Jordan in a bit. I'll tell a quick driving lesson story too. I failed like my first 2 times in America. First time, like I hit the curb while I was parking. Oh no, I failed the. First time I hit the curb while I was parking. That was it. Second time, I was pulling out of a junction. Looked both ways, pulled out a little bit further, looked both ways again, went to make the right. The lady jerks up the handbrake, and she's like, there's a car coming. I argued with her for about 2 minutes. The car still wasn't there. Like, the car was still coming down the road. I was like, the car's still not here yet, and we're having this conversation. She's like, you're unsafe. And I argued with her, and that was the end of it. The third time, I did fail 3 times. Shit. The third time, I had gone out the night before. It was prom season. So I went to a prom and ended up in a club the night before.
All comes out now, eh?
Was partying all night long. Probably got home, got like 2 hours sleep, and then went out and took my driving test, and I failed horribly. And at the 4th time, I got it. Yeah.
I think I was the same. I think I was the 4th time as well.
Yeah.
And in fairness, my friends that passed the first time are still terrible drivers to this day.
Yeah.
I think failing just makes you a better driver.
It does, yeah. The fail rate here is super high, though. It's like 40%. It's probably higher now.
I fucked up a manoeuvre and I was actually like hitting the steering wheel in the middle of my driving test. Like, fuck's sake.
The guys were like, oh, God, get me out
No,
of here.
honestly, it was actually like hitting the steering wheel because I fucked up the manoeuvre and I knew I'd failed.
I think just to finish it off, you've got to remember it's an extremely high pressure
Oh, it is.
situation.
Oh, it is.
And a
Break
lot
you.
of people just naturally aren't cut out to deal with the pressure, and
Yeah.
it sometimes takes them
My friend had to stop the car and
multiple
vomit.
goes. Yeah,
She
some
actually
people
had to
never pass
pull
it.
over,
Aw, that's
open the
sad.
door and spew out the door because she was so nervous.
I remember that. I was about to take off. My left leg was just twitching, just going like that, up and down, up and down. I was like, I don't know why, because I'm not nervous, but I could not. It took me 5 minutes into the drive before my left foot on the clutch, like, calmed down.
Don't got to
I've
worry
had
about
that
that in
before.
automatic. That's it. Just park that left foot on the side there.
Yeah, just tapping along with your music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so should we slide the sports in here?
Have we got any sports?
Oh, there was a big Celtic announcement recently.
Oh,
wasn't there?
yeah, that's right.
Rachel, we're just going to make fun of Jordan for this time. So
Yeah,
we're going to
that's
give him a
fine.
call. You can chime
He says
in on that.
after the news, you'll never be able to trust another man again.
Ah,
That's what I got told.
we'll find
anyway.
out. So we're going to try and give Jordan a call. If this doesn't work, hopefully, Andy, you can cut it out, and then we'll maybe do another a brief summary of Jordan's comments afterwards anyway.
I'll fix it somehow. So if I insert the sports theme tune here.
Let's get ready to rumble. Take him out, son. I mean that. Take him out. That is one of the craziest stoppages I have ever seen. What's your goalie doing, Tom? What's your goalie doing? Hello.
Is this Jordan Patrick?
Yes.
You're
Chris Tarrant.
You're live on the Monkey Sword Fight podcast. Please don't swear.
What's happening, everyone? Fuck off.
Yes, the first. Is
Are you
that the first
recording?
swear?
Yeah, we're underway. Sports is underway.
Sports.
What's happening, Jordan?
My favourite subject.
What's happening, people?
We're doing well. We miss you.
I
I
don't.
miss you guys too. How's Rachel doing?
She's doing
How are you,
well.
bestie?
Hi. How was your
You
Indian?
alright? Oh, it was tremendous.
Oh yeah.
Your lonely meal for one.
Yeah. So we told them that you were away for work. How's your work trip going so far?
Yeah, it's not too bad, man. Living the solo life. I've drank in 3 pubs by myself, ate 1 solo Indian, and I've only cried twice, so it's been fine.
A whole Indian? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, his name was Sanjeev. He was delicious.
So we pretty much just called to make fun of you because your favorite football team lost their manager. Is that right?
No. We got rid of a little rat bastard, so yeah, we're okay.
So what are your? I know you've probably been preparing some words for this moment. So what do you have to say?
I've been kind of trying to think about it, right? And I've not really prepared anything other than I just don't understand it. I really don't fucking get it at all. He's, like you said, the banner the Celtic fans put up saying he could have finished this season an absolute legend, except he's traded it in for fucking Leicester.
Father Lennon's back though, mate. Father Lennon's
Father
back.
Lennon, here, God bless Father Lennon. I couldn't give a fuck about frickin' Brendan Frogers, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm eating for him.
Brandon Rogers?
Frogers. The guy can go fuck himself. And look, I didn't agree with all the shit that some Celtic fans have been singing. I don't want him to die quickly with a bullet. I want him to die slowly and long and drawn out and painfully.
That's not nice.
Nah, the guy's a cunt. He can go fuck himself. Honestly.
He's
What an
sworn more
absolute
than
thing
all
is-
of us put together tonight.
Yeah, we've kind of had a semi-clean show here, and you've ruined that.
Well, that's what happens when I'm not there. Plus, I'm 4 pints deep. I've had a long night.
4 pints and an Indian deep.
I love it. So the best part, what day did that happen? Actually, what day did he leave?
Was it Tuesday? It was early last week.
It was
sure.
Tuesday. It was the day after the podcast.
Oh, okay. So we just missed it, and all.
Do you know what it is as well? Like, I read like 3 snippets of like the last 3 clubs that he's taken over, and his initial press conferences always went along the lines of, "I'll give my life for these fans."
What an absolute prick. I honestly hope he gets sacked and he just languishes in fucking mediocrity for the rest of his life. Leicester are doing fuck all. They're 11th in the table. Fucking 11th. What are they? They're not even battling relegation. They're battling fuck all. One of the wee pricks held up a sign saying, "We just want to finish 6th." What kind of fucking team is that? We just want to finish 6th. We didn't want to win any trophies or anything. We just don't want anyone to notice us. Fuck Brendan Rodgers. Fuck him.
The best thing about that whole 48 hours after that was just the stuff on Twitter. Maybe not even from Rangers fans, just anybody who wasn't a Celtic supporter had me in tears at one point. It was so funny.
I was absolutely. I went through like these really random stages of like started off saying, "Yeah, Kim, what? Carry on. It's fine. Wish him well." And then as the more I thought of it, I was like, "No, fuck this guy." And then it turned into pure anger. And then I tweeted something after a couple of beers where it was like a video of his press conference, and I tweeted, "Stick it up your arse, cunt." And my dad just tweeted back saying, "Don't worry, son, that's the rebel treble on."
So wait
That's what we're called.
a minute. Are you sure you're not on the run? Did you beat up Megan and now you're on the run down in Reading? You're not just like
No, I'm definitely here for a really professional cause.
Okay. So wait, just on the general football topic, like, is this normal for coaches to leave mid-season and not be fired?
I think it's the first time a Celtic manager's ever done it. I think I might be correct in thinking. But what gets me is the fact that he left not when the team were struggling, like when the team were on the verge of something completely unbelievable. And he could have left in the summer an absolute legend. And then even then, if he'd have left for a team like Man United or Chelsea or Man City...
Yeah, but they would never have given him. But they would never have given him the job, though, Jordan. That's the point, though. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But like, I don't understand why you would leave for Leicester.
No, I'm with you. I don't understand why he would either. I would have thought the smart play would have been to have stayed to the end of the season, try and win the treble, go down in history as a legend, and then people would say, "Do you know what? Thanks very much for your 3 years of service and what you've done to the club." He wants to go back and try his hand in England again. But yeah, I thought it was a bit odd.
If he'd have left in the summer, I'd have wished him well. But now, no matter what,
No, you wouldn't have. Shut up.
Send him a
lies.
little
no,
card.
genuinely, it wouldn't have bothered me. But the fact that he's left now is going to leave a bitter taste in mine and a lot of Celtic fans' mouths.
It clearly
And if
has
you
on
didn't fucking
Twitter.
hate Brendan
Yeah.
Rodgers, then you're after watching. Like, get the fuck.
But it was hilarious. But I just want to.
I fully appreciate the patter that has been on Twitter the last few days. Has been like in between my bouts of rage, I have had some proper genuine chuckles. Like so.
So, like in American sports, like when a manager, a general manager, or a coach leaves, they normally have a little, not a press conference, but they'll draw up something on Twitter, on social media, just to say some words from the coach. Do you leave any kind words for the Celtic fans?
No, he didn't even go back and see the players. He realised that he was making a shite bag move, and he cut and run and didn't even bother speaking to anybody. And the fact as well is that 9 times out of 10 when a manager leaves, all the players come out and sort of say thanks for what you've done. Not one Celtic player has said anything about Brendan Rodgers on social media at all, right? And then as well as that,
Maybe been told not to.
That's true, yeah.
As well, did you see Moussa Dembele getting a big licks after he
Yeah,
left as well?
I did see that.
That was fucking hilarious, by the way. That was some top level shit.
Jordan, how much time do you have? Because I'm only halfway through my list of 100 questions to get Jordan enraged. Are you okay till midnight?
I'm literally, I have nothing to do. I've went out and eaten and I went for a pint. I'm now back in my hotel room until I'm tired enough to fall asleep.
He's need to have a wank first, but once he gets that out of the way.
I'll let you get off your phone because I know you got to use it for other things tonight, though.
I'm not going to disagree.
All right, man. That's all we got.
Right, take care. I'll speak to you all later on.
All right, miss you.
Bye.
See you later,
Miss
bro.
you guys too.
All right, bye.
Yeah, he makes some valid points. I mean,
Yeah.
I did think it was a bit odd, the timing. But then again, it might be the case that if he didn't take that job now, would there necessarily be any offers for him in the summer? He obviously wanted to try his hand in the Premier League again, so away he goes.
So who was the manager there before him in Leicester?
Claude Puel.
And when was he out just recently? Like
He
a couple.
just got punted. Yeah, a few weeks back.
So is there no like I know it's with players, but there's no like tampering rules to say like, hey, you can't talk to these coaches while they're within contract with these people. But I guess because it's such a high jump in pay, I assume going into the Premiership, that you can't really stop someone from leaving, or how does that work with the contracts? Do you know?
Mike, great question. Not got a clue. If anybody out there knows anything about that, let us know. I would be certainly keen to have a look. I don't know the answer to that, mate. You've got me on that one. I'm not sure.
That's terrible. I don't have any other football chat unless you.
Sports.
I do have some other sports, but
yeah, I've got no more football chat for this week, but I've got some sports.
What do you got?
Sports. There was UFC on
oh yeah,
Saturday night. We were betting, baby.
oh you didn't tell me.
I should have done because I had a 7-man accumulator, 7-fight accumulator that Cody Garbrandt got himself knocked out in the first round.
That was it.
That was the one that burst that car. But all my other spreads weren't so good, except for my one on my John Jones to win on points, 17-2.
Who was he fighting?
He was fighting Anthony Smith.
Ah.
But other than that, yeah, it was pretty tough. But I made £4 profit from the card.
200. I'm sorry.
£4
profit.
£4 profit from the card this
Oh,
week.
that's better than
But
zero.
hang on though, here's the real twist. What transpired was on Sunday it was Liverpool-Everton. Now
Okay.
that game historically produces a lot of 0-0 draws.
Mm-hmm.
Same as Liverpool-Man United actually. So I stuck the £4 profit on it at 10-1. I forgot all about it. I didn't check till Sunday night. I was like that. Oh, that game was 0-0 into the Paddy Power account. Oh, there's 44 quid. Perfect. So the
Nice.
UFC wasn't so good, but the £4 profit went on something else and came in nicely.
Nice.
So then I went and bought some more gear on eBay, like I was talking about earlier on.
You sell
So-
gear on eBay now? Jeez, huh?
yeah, I know. So yeah, the UFC, decent card. It was really good on paper. The Tyron Woodley fight and the John Jones fight weren't great.
No.
Ben Askren was really controversial. His win over Robbie Lawler. He was getting absolutely smashed, man.
Oh.
He got absolutely battered for the first minute and a half of that fight.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get knocked out, man.
Finish strong?
I actually had Robbie Lawler. Well, no, he choked out. Well, he got a submission win over Robbie Lawler, but he had him in a bulldog headlock.
Yeah.
And Lawler had his hand up on top of his head, and then sort of just let it go like that, like he'd been choked out.
Mm-hmm.
So Herb Dean went and stopped the fight, and Lawler got up, and he's like, "What the fuck, man? I'm all right."
I love when they do that.
And the thing is, they're looking back at the footage and that, and you see as he dropped his arm down, he's obviously been asked, Robbie, and he's like that. He puts his thumbs up like he's okay. So then Dana White's
controversy.
like, "Well, we need to run that one again. We need to run that one again." And Ben Askren's like, "Hell no."
Nah, I'm
He's
not
like,
beat his
"Wait
ass.
a minute." He's like, "You gave me Robbie Lawler was my first fight in because you thought he's the kind of guy that would beat me, because they almost don't want him to win."
Yeah.
So now that I have beaten him, because although it's deemed to be controversial circumstances, you want me to go and do it again?
Nah.
I actually had as one of my spreads on was Robbie Lawler to win by KO or TKO, because Robbie's an absolute savage, man.
Yeah.
And it was very, very close. But on my accumulator, I had Ben Askren. So, yeah. But yeah, that was UFC anyway. So it wasn't a bad card, man. It was definitely worth getting up for.
Yeah. You know what? I missed that. I wanted to watch that.
I had a bit of a heavy night on Friday, so it was quite easy to go to my bed at sort of 8:30 on Saturday and then get up at
Well, that worked out
sort
for
of
you,
2
didn't it?
o'clock. Yeah. So that wasn't too bad. That's my sports for the week, though.
The NFL Combine has been the last couple of days. I know you know what that is, Rachel, the NFL Combine.
Oh yeah.
Who's
I love
this?
sports so much.
Who's this 350-pound geezer you were tweeting about earlier
Oh,
that was
my
doing
God. This-
60-meter dashes in 2 seconds?
There's 9 of them. They pair up these guys that are I just looked it up. The guy's 288 pounds, which is around 20 stone, and they run 4-second 40-yard dashes. It's insane. Nothing that big should move that fast. Nothing, unless you're a bear.
Jacked up, man. They're all juiced up.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible that these guys do. I'm surprised someone's not died yet on the field from just getting smashed and knocked over. But we were having a debate on whether the combine is actually relevant today. So they basically do all these things where it's lifting weights and sprints, but they don't have equipment on or anything.
But then imagine looking at some great football players in a combine situation. You'd be like Paul Scholes. He's slow. He can't tackle. He can't jump very well.
Yeah.
So he's going to obviously be crap.
I
Actually, put him in
thought
a
you were
game.
going a different way with that.
No, you put him in a
What
game
actually
situation.
happens?
He's amazing.
So okay,
Break it down for me.
I'm going to break it down for you.
Let me
All right.
understand.
So they have certain drills for each position. All right. So some of the basic drills are like they do a bench press. How many times you can do? I think it's 225 pounds. I don't know what that is and whatever. And they have a 40-yard dash, but they break down the 40-yard dash for like 10 yards, 10-yard splits. That's good for the bigger guys because they're only going to be doing short burst stuff, right? So the basic thing is they do all these drills and they get the statistics from it, and then they measure it against guys from the past. So let's say Andy was an unbelievable quarterback and he did X, Y, and Z in these drills. And then they'll say, all right, now Mike's coming out this year. If I do something that Andy does, if I do better than Andy, then it's like, okay, well, maybe Mike's going to be a better quarterback than Andy. Not necessarily, but he has all the intangibles, not the intangibles. He has everything basically on paper to say that he's going to be better. I'm going to be better than Andy. It doesn't always work out that way. But if you're going to throw millions and millions of dollars at college kids, you want to make sure that you're getting it right.
I think the problem with the combine things, it's all about your physicality. So it's all a measure of your strength, your speed, your explosiveness, all these kind of factors. But what it doesn't really, I think, address is game management.
No.
Game management, ability to deal, to perform under pressure, certain situations in games. Okay, how does he handle this certain type of running move? How does he handle this
it's a
certain
controlled
type of
environment, and you know what you're about to do.
Yes,
and then they do have different tests now that they give to the guys. But I was listening to somebody on a podcast the other day, and they were like, all these guys know. They do mock tests all the time for that, preparing for that, because this is like their job. You know what I mean? If you're going to get a new job, you're going to be as prepared as you can be to start that new job. So these guys, they go to these schools and they go to these places and they get drilled on all these questions that they may see when they go to the combine. And then they may ace that test, and then they go to the NFL, and then when they're in that actual situation, like you said, they're kind of like, oh shit, I don't know what's going on.
So this isn't for established.
No, these are for players coming out of college.
Right, okay.
And they've either completed their 4 years of college or they decide they're going to leave early. They declare themselves professionals.
Right.
And they're going to pretty much put their skills on display so teams could pick them.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So they're proving their worth, right, okay.
Proving their worth, yeah. But it doesn't always work out that way. So you can go crazy in the combine, do something really good, break all these records, and then you can go to the NFL and just be shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't always add up. But it's just interesting to see that these massive guys in spandex running, 20-stone guys running, and it's like he ran faster than Odell Beckham, who's a fucking, was a sprinter in college. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy.
Just funny, just to wrap that up, a few weeks ago you were talking about the basketball, about the boy that shoe fell off. Was it Zion Williamson?
Yeah.
So after that, I was really intrigued because in the story, and then I discovered he's like the next big prospect that there's been for the last few years, and his combine results for the NBA draft were all super, super impressive.
Oh.
But then what that doesn't necessarily translate to is then when he moves up into the NBA, against a better caliber of player.
Yeah, you don't know if that's going to work out.
You don't know if it's going to work. His stats can all look great. He can jump high. He can run fast.
Yeah.
But how does that then translate when he's up against
guys who
LeBron? Steph Curry, all these
not
kind
LeBron
of guys.
anymore. He's shit in the bed. No, I mean, the Lakers are terrible. But
So do they do this with all sports in America, or is it just set?
the NFL is the biggest combine where it's like the most popular. It's just because the NFL, they play 22 weeks a year, 22 weeks out of a year. So for the other whatever weeks that they are, 30, they need to fill that time up with something. So then they didn't always put the combine on TV, but now they do, and they show a couple of days of it. And it's everything just to make it a product year round.
But it's
just people spend money on it.
It's essentially a way to sell the draft.
Yes.
So everybody's like, oh my God, this guy has just come out of Missouri State. He's 6'9" and he can do 100 meters in fucking 2 seconds. So everybody's like, oh my God, who's going to draft him first? San Francisco's got the big pick,
So
and everybody's tuning in.
It is. So next month,
man.
everyone's going to
Exciting,
stay up late and watch the draft, and it's such an anticlimax.
The draft's exciting if you know the players.
It
If
is.
you're clued up in that, I'm sure it's pretty exciting watching it all unfold. But if you don't really know who's...
I always go, I'm not getting suckered into it. And then there was Giants, of course, need a quarterback because Eli's terrible. And then a couple of quarterbacks were thrown, and I was like, I like him.
You don't think he's going to have a bit of an Indian summer like Peyton did with the Broncos? He's going to...
Oh, no, that's going to happen.
Yeah, totally.
There's going to be a terrible year.
And he's going to be in the AFC somewhere, and you guys will get to the Super Bowl, and he's going to do one on you.
His arm's going to fall off or something. Yeah. Oh, God, I don't even want to think about it. I remember what the getting coffee thing was, actually, if we're done with sports.
I'm always done with sports, so this is really great.
When I was walking into there's a Costa Express machine in the gas station over here by Tesco. So I downloaded the Costa app because I was like, I go in there and like I never get any points for it. You can get free coffees and shit out of it.
Oh,
So what?
my friend had an absolute fucking meltdown
Why?
because he was collecting the points.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went to use them, they were like that. Oh, it's not registered. He's like, well, if it's not registered, how can I collect points?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know. You'll need to speak to whoever and
I'd be
literally
raging
send
too.
them out the shop. So he's like, I've got like 800 points and I can't fucking spend them. And for the next 15 minutes, he just had an absolute meltdown because he had to pay for his coffee.
Oh, I'd be upset
I think it
too.
might be a Costa issue.
It could be.
Yeah.
I got a Starbucks one too. But anyway, I went in and I didn't have my phone. I left my phone in the car because I was charging up to come here. And so I put the cup underneath there, pushed all the buttons, and then I ran out of there to my car. And the guy behind the counter was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing running out of my store?" And I was like, "Don't worry, buddy, not stealing anything. Just going back to my car." That's all I was saying.
Just wait till 5G's out, mate. You'll be like here. You just place your order there on your phone, and
Yeah.
then you'll be like, it'll be there ready for you when you get there. You won't even need to make it, mate.
Quickly back to sports. Actually, I was listening to Day and Night podcast. Did you hear that they paid like $4,000 for their kid to play hockey?
Night and day.
Day and night. Sorry.
No, that's.
Oh, did I say it right?
No, you said it wrong both times. It's night and day.
Oh, okay. I wrote it down. Day and night. Sorry, guys.
PJ, Alana, I'm very, very sorry.
I'm
about
sorry.
that.
I'm
Shout out.
sorry.
Right, so 4,000
£4,000 for their hockey. Their kids to
Pound
play hockey.
or-
Dollars.
Canadian dollars. Right,
Yeah.
so how much does that?
I'm not sure, but it's a lot.
$4,000 for what? Just so
For
the
the
kids.
kid to play hockey, yeah.
He better be good.
Yeah, and then they were saying about how when it gets to a certain point, if his kid makes like a certain level of hockey, I think they said it was like another like $8,000 just straight away. Before the kid even touches the ice, it's like, boom, there you go. That's that money for you guys, and that's it. I was like, I don't know if my parents loved me enough to show $4,000 now.
No, you can't say it's love. If you can afford it and you want to pay
That's
for
true.
that, then that's
No, it's
fine.
love too.
But, well,
Nah, my parents paid a couple $100 for me to play football, but $4,000, goddamn.
Is that just to play for the team? That's like your fees for the year?
Yes.
so is that like your coach's fees and
I-
like
That's everything. I wrote
Travel.
I wrote $4,000 for hockey, exclamation point. So yeah, that must have been all inclusive. And it's a travel team probably as well. So they probably go around Canada and
I'm still 2 episodes behind on those guys at the moment, which I'm struggling to find the time, but I'm keen to have a listen to that to see what they were saying. $4,000.
that's a lot of money.
Like, think about what your boys' club football membership was back in the day. It was about £20 a year, man.
That's why they
Like,
picked up that sponsorship there. They gotta pay those bills.
As long as you washed your strip and brought it back every week. Jeez, that's mental.
Speaking of paying bills, do you have any tattoos?
No.
You have any tattoos?
Yeah.
You do.
got a good few.
Do you tip your tattoo artists?
Yarn?
Do you have one person that you use first of all?
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's one person I've used twice because my tattoos were they're Jane Austen themed.
Oh.
Yeah. So she done them as a pair, but she done them separately over a couple of years.
Okay.
And yeah, you're either meant to like take them a gift or tip them.
A gift.
Yeah, that's quite a thing. Like I think more so now because you follow them on Instagram,
Okay.
you kind of see things that they're interested in, things that they're posting and sharing. So you could
all right.
go down the route of giving them a gift if you didn't really want to like hand them
you
50
disagree,
quid.
Andy?
What?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I have, but this seems to be the thing that they're like, oh, so-and-so came in today and I done her tattoo and she brought me a teacup.
Oh, you know what they have that would be good for this situation? Those Amazon wish lists.
Yeah.
That would be good.
That's such
Chuck
an
that
American
on there.
thing again, though. But anytime I've been through to Edinburgh, the tattoo studio that I go to is a tattoo studio called Semper. And
Yeah.
it's just down you literally walk out the door and you look up and it's below the castle. It's below Edinburgh Castle.
Okay.
And then because I was there for a whole day, she stops because she's obviously getting hungry. My body's just been totally screwed over by getting tattooed and all the adrenaline and stuff like
Drawn
that.
on, yeah.
Yeah, so then you go for something to eat and she pays for lunch. And I'm like, no, well, no, I'll get your lunch. No,
Yeah.
no, you've come through, you've got a tattoo. I'll pay for lunch. So
That's
she,
nice.
yeah, so she paid for lunch. She was like, well, that's the least I can do. You've come through to me to get a tattoo. I'll pay for lunch. So that was the first time. And then the second time, I was like, you got lunch last time. Let me pay for it. You know how that usually works?
Yeah.
If someone paid for lunch first time, then you pay for it second time. She still wasn't having it.
No, if they're offering.
No, but you know what I mean? I was like,
You know what? I am kinda hungry,
I'll
though.
pay for lunch. You know, and I actually got the second tattoo cheaper
Yeah.
because
You paid for lunch.
No.
No, right.
She took 30
No, we
quid off.
evened out.
But when she moved up, because she's from Coventry, so when she moved up, her rate went up.
Yeah.
So my tattoo was actually like £200 cheaper than it would have been at her new rates because she'd moved to like studio.
Oh, so she gave you
Yeah, so
her
like the
old
first
rates.
one was 350. Technically, the second one should have been like 550, but she says, because they're part of a payer, I'll honour the original price. So I was like, right, come on, let me buy lunch.
See, that's good business because then that leads to repeat business. 'cause
Yeah.
you'll
Oh,
probably
yeah,
go back there,
definitely.
won't you?
Definitely gonna go back,
She's
especially
amazing.
for the meal. You're
And
gonna-
the tattoo studio in general, they're all really talented.
Yeah.
The guy that actually owns the studio and runs it, David Corden,
What's the name of it?
Semper.
Semper, okay. Free advertising.
But David Corden, it's like a computer image. It's literally like you could look it on Google and he would literally take that image from a computer screen and put it onto your skin.
Ooh.
And he's like £800 a day. And he's just all over magazines. He wins awards all the time. And his stuff's just
Big business.
so realistic. He's fantastic. He's amazing.
What's put you off not getting a tattoo, Andy? Or just not interested?
Hey, no, I'm just not bothered, man.
No?
They're addictive.
Plus,
Not
I'd be
her.
like, Ken, get something absolutely like rotten, man, or something I've
Maurice.
regretted. And then I'd be like, looking back at it, Ken, lying on a beach and that on my holidays, I'm old and wrinkly and I've got a saggy old tattoo and that hanging off me. I'm just like, sort of faded and that. Like, nah. I don't know, I just never had a desire to just go out and get a tattoo, man. Just, it never put me up nor down, so I just never bothered.
Having experienced...
Almost couldn't see myself with one
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Having to get tattoo laser on my foot to get rid of one.
Why'd you get rid of it?
The guy that done it was just starting out, and it's small writing on my foot, and because your skin's so thin, it wears away a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't look as good as it did when I got it. And as the years have went on, and I've had more money to spend on tattoos, my other tattoos have got better.
Oh, when
And
you
look
compare
better,
it. Yeah.
and they made that one look really quite poor in comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, you might get that fixed
So
then.
getting your foot zapped with a laser, it feels like getting hung with an elastic band and burnt with a cigarette all at the same time. And my tattoo is reasonably small over my foot because it is just small handwriting.
Yeah.
And even then, you're getting hit about 500 times, and it hurts. It really, really hurts.
It's funny that you describe it as that because it actually sounds like that when
Yeah.
I seen it done on TV. It's
Yeah.
like snap, 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 snap.
Yeah,
snap.
and that is
Ugh.
exactly what it is. And it hurts and it's expensive. They say it costs 10 times more to get the tattoo removed than it does to get the tattoo.
What?
So, yeah, just think carefully if you're getting a tattoo. And
No, you put me off. Thank
if you think no, but some people are like, oh, they're really cheap. They're cheap for a reason.
Yeah.
Do your research. Going back to Instagram, do your homework.
Yeah,
You can
there's no
see these
reason,
people
yeah.
posting photos 2 and 3 times a day with their work. And just do your homework, travel, find the right people, pay the money, and then you won't regret it. Because,
advice.
Yeah, 100%. If you're getting a tattoo, really do your homework. And if it does mean having to save a little bit longer to go further to get it, 100%, that's what you need to do.
That is sound advice.
Sound advice for anything that you're purchasing. That's not just whether
That's
you're
true.
getting a
Yeah.
tattoo. That's for a lot of things. You wouldn't just go and buy a car and buy the first car that you buy. Why would you go and put ink on your body you're going to have for life and just jump into the first tattoo that you see? And also, I think it's nice to do unique things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, like instead of everybody's got the same fucking tattoo. Like for years, everybody had the same like
Tribal shit.
tribal tattoos.
Barbed wire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. It's like go do something
Well,
unique
get a
with it.
panda dressed as Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice.
That's what you're into, do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Let's get
Probably
Maurice.
nobody else is going to have anything
No,
like
they
that.
don't.
Let's get Maurice. Let's get a tiny Maurice somewhere.
Whereabouts, like
Get on our shoulder, back shoulder. Well, we'll discuss it when Jordan
back
comes
shoulder? That's where birds get tattoos. That's like a
Don't start the whole, that's a woman's thing and that's a
No,
man's
it's
thing.
not. But it's generally,
Well, you
know
could
what?
get
generally
like a
see it
tramp
more on
stamp,
women.
like at the bottom of your back.
Do you know what a man thing is, though? Braw, no?
Bro, no! Bloody hell!
Braw or no? Braw or no? Braw or no? I want to kick this off on a somber note. You could probably know more about this than I do, but Blair on Instagram said a topical one, The Prodigy. Big Braw for me, amazing live band. I know somebody from The Prodigy passed away today.
Yeah, Keith Flint.
Keith Flint passed away today. Did you listen to them at all? I assume you did
Yeah,
listen to
yeah,
them.
totally.
They influence on you, I should say.
Totally, of course. Yeah, man. I mean, like being in my teenage years, coming up through the late 90s and that, it's they were a huge part of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out of my way to say, oh my God, they're like my favourite group ever, or this touched me in some way, inspired me, because I can't really say that about anyone, but I just appreciated their presence and a lot of stuff. Plus, everybody also used to slate some of their later albums. I actually thought some of their later stuff was actually pretty good. So
That's a good way of putting it. I appreciate their presence. You don't have to be a huge fan of someone to kind of miss them going, you know what I mean? Like if they pass away or something like that, to miss them. So that's a good way of putting it. I'm going to use that.
Were they not doing something quite different for their time as well?
They definitely were.
They weren't as they broke into the mainstream, but there wasn't really many people following what they did.
Well, what kind of, how would you describe that? Yeah, I understand what you mean. But what kind of music would you say that it was? It was like kind of hardcore dance music?
Man, it's a huge melting pot of stuff. Everything from sort of old acid rave tracks to drum and bass to hip hop. I mean, a good thing is if anybody's ever interested to see how to make the track Smack My Bitch Up, there's a guy that does, he does what's called a rework of it. So he shows you how they made the track. So all the different samples, everything from the Rage Against the Machine records and all that kind of stuff that was sampled, and how they actually made that track. It's incredible. Incredible how they made that tune, man. Insane. So definitely want to check
there's
out.
a lot of moving pieces to that. So I guess we'll give that a big braw around
Prodigy.
for Prodigy.
Definitely. Definitely.
First one on the list coming in from Billy Morrison. Jordan's tie in the Greg's review video. He says Noah. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What one? It was a floral.
I'll show it to you quickly. Yeah, there it is. It's a black and white number.
But it's because it's got the black shirt as well, though.
I don't mind it with the shirt. I just like Billy's comment underneath that on that video says, why are you dressed like a traveling window salesman, which I thought was funny.
I think he looks more like a sort of 70s detective kind of look
Yeah,
with
the
the shirt
jacket.
and the jacket, innit? Like the sort of tie.
I'm going to go bra. I like the tie.
No,
Yeah, fair play.
No?
no.
F you.
Yeah, I'll
Any
say
good?
bro.
Stevie Mac, Shin Cups, Shin Cups, the ramen noodles. Have you ever had these things?
I've had ramen noodles, but I can't say I've had that brand specifically.
Have you had them?
No.
They're pretty good. They're very spicy though, and if you drink the stuff after, it'll fire on the way out of you too. You
Where do you get these from?
can get them in Tesco. I think I've seen them. Definitely in Tesco. I got them from.
Shin cups.
Yeah, like Shin is the brand name of them, but it's just ramen basically.
Oh no.
I say bra, Stevie.
Yeah, I would say bro. I don't see any problem with that.
Steve Tosh says the NFL scouting combine, 4 days of organized school sports with little or no relevance to real football that the media tries to convince you is pivotal to someone's career.
Well, that's pretty much just what I said, but in a far more sort of eloquent manner than what I said. But yeah, that's...
Tosh is a writer now, so yeah, he has to say things like that.
Yeah.
You say no?
He's got time to sit and think about that before he writes it. I've just got to be like, boom, straight. Whatever falls out my mouth falls
You
out.
don't get enough credit for this, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree that it's... Like, that's what I was saying earlier on. It's just a way to sell the next part of the
Yes.
season, which is the draft.
Bestie?
No.
Nah. I'm going to say bra. I've done a 360 on that, or 180.
In 5 minutes.
I said...
I know, I'm only joking.
So defensive.
You said last week that you didn't say shit to fuck with me, and you do say shit to fuck with me.
I don't.
He does. He says shit to
don't.
fuck with everyone.
I don't.
Everyone he comes across. Everyone.
I say bra for the combine. Andy Henderson, Brendan Rodgers with the two big emoji googly eyes. Bra or no?
Bro, because he's fucking annoyed Jordan.
I call him Brandon Rodgers, and I
I think it was a real shithouse move, and I think he's in the Tom Brady shit list for this week as well.
Oh, you're not even a Celtic supporter, and you're saying it's a shit list.
But I mean, if I was a Celtic supporter, I would be pretty angry about that.
Yeah.
I'm a Dundee United man. I've got nothing to smile about, so I might as well just continue to be cynical. And
Yeah, I think it's bra. I think it's funny.
I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
My friend at work literally was an emotional wreck the whole fucking day. It was an emotional roller coaster. All he done was talk about it, how he felt that he'd been betrayed and everything. I was like, have you met this man? Like, he's like, no, but it's not the point. And then the next day he's like, I think I'm over it. I went, right, okay. And then he went into his whole spiel all over again.
if we're saying bra or not from a comedic standpoint, then it's
it's
absolutely
hilarious.
bra.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
I think that every
But it's a
Celtic
shithouse move.
every Celtic supporter has sat and gathered themselves quietly at some point over the last 10 days and thought, I need to get my thoughts together right now. I need to think about how this is affecting my emotions.
My
and put it
friend
into
had
words.
spouted off on social media that much that as soon as the news was like released, his phone just lit up, and literally his phone was on fire. He's now deleted Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, the lot, because he was getting that much of a ribbon from all of his friends, mostly Rangers fans.
Can't put yourself out
Literally,
What have they got to give anybody cheek about?
no, but
now they're
What have
literally
Rangers
just
fans
straight
got to
away,
give
they were just
anybody
like
cheek about?
firing into him because he'd been so passionate about it and everywhere spouting off about it that he's now actually deleted all of social media because he can't take it anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
man up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll get him to listen to this and be like, Mike said,
Mike
you have
said
to man
man
up.
Yeah, so Brendan Rodgers, you said Braw. I say, you said no.
No, I'm saying Braw purely just because it's funny. It's
From,
fun.
too.
from a comedy
Yeah.
standpoint, absolutely.
It brought a lot of
Braw,
funny
yeah.
shit, yeah. Paul Leask, chicken korma pizza.
I'd be game for that.
Who was talking about this? Was it on here?
I'm
Or
not
maybe
sure.
it was my mate Yasmin was talking about it. She's saying like kurma on a pizza. So it's not chicken kurma, it's like kurma sauce. And then the cheese. I'm sure it was I'm sure it was her that was telling
Because
me
you
about
can
it.
get
Oh,
chicken pakora pizza. So they'll slice up chicken pakora and put it on your pizza and then put the chili, like, so they'll make a normal pizza.
Yeah.
Slice up your chicken pakora, put that on top, and then the chili sauce.
I'd be more inclined to have that than korma.
I'd rather have doner on the pizza than chopped up.
Oh, it's too much too. I'm gonna go no here. I can't. I don't like people fucking with my pizza too much. Just give me some cheese, give me some red sauce, and maybe a little garlic around the crust. No toppings.
We know why. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I'd be game for trying that. I think that'd be
I'd try it, but I wouldn't be able to eat more than one slice probably. But no.
I don't know. This.
Saying that korma's quite plain. Tikka pizza?
It's a bland.
Yeah.
Maybe something like a chicken tikka chasney, something that's a bit sort of
Yeah.
sweeter and tangier might be better as a sauce.
Okay.
Because it's more tomato based.
Well, maybe a
Yeah.
masala sauce would be perfect because that's tomato based.
Is that the spicy one, masala?
No, that's
Oh, it's not?
medium.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a nice.
Barely
That's a
even
nice
medium.
heat.
All right. I'm going
Um,
now. What do you got, Andy Mac?
I think whatever. If I say Braw here because I'm keen to try it, I'll get accused of winding Mike up. So I'm going to stick with him on
I'm
this
ruining
one.
the podcast
I just
here.
say no. When my mate told me about it, it's like, why would you do that?
No.
I would eat it, but I wouldn't order it. So it's a no.
And you said
I don't know. I would like to try it.
give me an answer.
I'm going to go no.
No.
Because it's korma.
No.
It just doesn't seem right.
Sunday roasts on a Monday. Fuck yeah. I guess that's Braw for Paul.
That's like an all-day breakfast at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm diving right
I
into
love
that.
breakfast
Get
for
in
tea.
bed first.
Breakfast for tea is one of the best things you can ever
Beast.
have.
Just
It's
insert
so good.
large meal at any day.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Braw all around. That's in the Braw bin. Mark Miller, McVitie's chocolate hobnobs is the best biscuit in the land. Braw. If you haven't had one, they're in Asda for 50p. Bargain.
Is that a plug for Asda?
I know, right? I'm not really a big McVitie's fan.
I've got Oreos in the house again because
Don't rate them.
Picture up. Oh,
that's my biscuit of choice is an Oreo.
do you see Oreo's got these little pocket things now where they're like, have you ever had the Crave cereal?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, a little bit bigger, but it's the chocolate on the outside with cream on the inside. Yeah. Diving head first, right into that. Hobnobs.
Bro.
But Braw though, yeah,
Braw?
it's a good biscuit.
I'll say bro. For 50p, you can't go fucking wrong.
It's
can
a
you?
cupboard staple.
cupboard
Hobnobs.
staple.
Yeah.
No, I like a
dip it in the
breakaway.
tea.
Everybody who's got a biscuit cupboard is going to have hobnobs and
No.
digestives probably in
No.
there. So, okay, no Rachel, obviously, but
No,
everybody
I like
else.
a little breakaway biscuit.
A breakaway.
Yeah, it's just like a little chocolate biscuit.
Breakaways are good.
They're good.
I like
They're
a
good
gold bar as
biscuit.
well.
Oh, gold bars.
Just got
That's
my
what,
Auntie Flores for a cup of tea and a gold bar.
that's what we've always got. It's like a gold bar and a breakaway.
Can I
like,
put the episode title? I'll give you a customer a cup of tea and a gold bar.
not Sucky Hall Street.
Oh yeah, Sucky Hall Street. Oh yeah.
Sucky Hall.
Leave me alone. All right. What are we watching and listening to?
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
What have we been watching?
I was singing that in the kitchen
I'll-
earlier, making
I'll-
my tea.
I'll need a minute
I need-
to think about what I've been watching.
I need
don't
full
think I've watched
length,
anything.
songs for all of these, Andy. I need like a Monkey Sword Fight
God,
EP.
I've not got time for that, Mike, honestly.
I wanted to
I
ring
actually-
tone.
Shit, I'm giving you more work.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, do you know, if I do beat sets and that, the sports theme tune beat
Yeah.
goes into the beat sets and that.
Okay.
Because it's a fucking banger, mate.
It's
That's
hard.
good.
I turn it up and I'm
It's
thumping.
good.
I'm gonna get pulled over again because my music's too loud.
Unfortunately, I don't leave
You'll get
there.
an asshole.
I know.
Guero. That doesn't all stay on it. It's just the beat behind it. But yeah, it always goes down good. So
All right. I'll give you some time, so I'll go meet you and then around to Andy. I didn't really watch too much. I started the Umbrella Academy that
Brilliant.
Jordan was talking about. That show's awesome.
I really liked it.
I like the guy that time traveled and came back.
5.
Spoiler alert, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never know his name. Been
He
watching
doesn't
that.
have a name.
Oh, yeah, 5. The kid, too. Yeah, I've been watching that. I think it's fucking awesome. What's the big guy? Spoiler alert again. The big guy, what's his thing? Is he just a werewolf or something?
Luther.
Yeah.
Without going into it, yeah, it all comes, like, you find out pretty quick what happens to him.
Because he gets his ass kicked in the first 2 episodes by his brother and then by Mary J. Blige and the other guy. So I don't know. His talents really aren't too good.
He's been quite suppressed, really. So
Okay.
it
Well, he's been
all-
on the moon for fucking God
yeah,
knows
yeah,
how long.
yeah. All
Okay.
comes out. Yeah.
This makes no sense to anyone who's been
No.
watching it. Sorry. Yeah. So
How far
Umbrella,
in are you though? Like,
like 3.5 episodes in.
yeah, because anybody that had watched it, I said to them, you have to give it 3 episodes.
Yeah.
If you know that's kind of cutting point. If you don't like it by the end of the 3rd episode, you're not going to like the rest of it.
What sold me was the bank scene when it would kind of flash back and then he sent them all into the bank to stop the bank
Yeah.
robbers. I was like, all right, I'm stuck with this
Yeah.
now. I'm definitely going to watch this.
It's good.
Umbrella Academy, and this week, I think on Thursday and Friday, the Neverland documentary comes out this weekend. Andy Mack can be proved
apparently
right.
it's eye-opening stuff, Mike.
I've heard there's brutal parts to it, like really.
And
really
what's it
brutal
going to be
stuff.
on? What platform is it going to be? Like Netflix?
No,
or-
it's on Channel 4, I think.
Oh, is it? It's on mainstream TV.
4 hours, so yeah, it's 2 parts. It's already been on in America, and I purposely didn't go to my streaming sites and
Right.
try and get it. So I'm gonna watch it on TV. But from some of the stuff that I read about it, it's pretty damning. So
'Cause the
there may
Maddie
be an
McCann-
apology in order, Andy.
Maddie McCann one's coming out as well.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's not me you want to apologise to. It's those kids, Mike,
Get the fuck out of here!
for defending that monster
But
all those years.
I do want to say though that they tried to sue him for like $1 billion, and then the judge just kind of threw it out. Maybe because it was at the top of his fame there, and the judge was like, Michael Jackson does nothing wrong, but who knows what goes on?
Maybe he was
I
just a
don't know.
fan.
Michael Jackson could also pay for extremely good and effective lawyers.
That as well.
The best of the best. So
Yeah.
But I'm going into it with an open mind. I'm willing to step back from my stance. Do you think he's a? We beeped it out a couple times, but what are your thoughts on Michael Jackson? I don't want to hear them now. You took too long.
I believe he did do what he was accused of.
Okay, next up. Next subject.
However,
Yeah.
I understand where that came from because he had such an abusive childhood.
Yeah.
So the victim, you know what I mean? Like the bullied become the bully type thing. And I do believe that his dad has a lot to answer for with the way they were brought up because it was very abusive, their childhood.
It's like the word with dots when you're cutting people and bleeding on them. Don't bleed on people that didn't cut you. That's what it was. So,
Okay
Rachel,
then.
what have you been watching or reading?
I have finally watched the documentary about the Fire Festival.
Oh, which
Did you
one?
watch
The one
on Netflix?
Oh, yeah, we did see that.
Yeah. I felt that there was quite a lot of it that could have been cut out and it could have been condensed a bit more. There was
Yeah.
too many people's stories
I
that
agree.
didn't necessarily have to be there.
Yeah.
But that was really, really good. I've watched Abducted in Plain Sight.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
It was crazy.
Really, really good though. And I watched the one about Casey Lee as well. She got abducted from the school bus. So literally she was about to get on the school bus. She got abducted. Her stepdad tried to chase after them, but the car got away and she was gone for 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was literally like a few towns up type thing. And she was like living in this little like kind of ramshackle
So in America, yeah.
in America,
Yeah.
in the backyard, fences all built up and around it, all
my
these
God.
little kind of like miniature tent city in this like little back garden. She ended up having 2 kids to this guy that abducted her. His wife was in on it. Just bizarre.
Imagine
completely
like
bizarre.
losing your kid and then like finding out that they're still alive.
Well, the stepdad was accused of it the whole time.
Oh,
They thought it
that's
was
even
him. They
worse.
thought he had something to do with it. So he's constantly like, I know she's still out there. I know she's there. You know, his whole marriage, his relationship and everything's all breaking down. He's been accused of like being a part of this. And it was just totally fucks with your head.
Is that on Netflix? I'll check that out.
Yeah, that was on Netflix as well. Wasn't as good as The Abducted in Plain Sight, but it was still good.
What was your breaking point with Abducted in Plain Sight? When's
You
the
know
point
exactly
where you're like,
my breaking point.
what was the point when you were like, hold on, I gotta pause this shit?
Have you seen the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire meme? Yeah. But this guy, this B, he groomed the whole family.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
groomed the mum, the dad, the daughter.
Yeah.
He probably groomed the other daughters as well. But there's
Imagine.
supposed to be another documentary
Oh, about what?
given it from a, I was about to say a different angle. But they're like, I think they're going to, yeah, there's meant to be another one. But Jan, the girl that got abducted, she believes that her parents were victims as well.
Oh.
And that's the kind of route that they're going down, because there's been. The thing is though, you can edit anything to make it sound a particular way,
You can.
and I think that's what they're going to do. Is they're just going to say, well, actually, we discussed this and we discussed that, and I think there's actually more to it than they've portrayed. Yeah.
Those parents were idiots. I don't want to hear.
Oh, they were. Don't even get me started with church people. They're just church people.
Anyway, is that all you got?
What else have I watched? I started watching something called Nightfall.
Nightfall.
So it was about the Knights of the Templar. So that's on Netflix just now. So I'm on the second episode of that.
All right.
So it's like 15 years after and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm watching that just now. Really grim. Like someone's just been killed with a crucifix like shoved down their throat and stuff. So yeah, pretty good. I like a bit of
Medieval
violence.
times were pretty mental.
Yeah, yeah.
They were.
Although, I'll give you an interesting stat just thinking about medieval times, that they reckon the death rate currently in Baltimore and Chicago is higher per 100,000 than it actually was in the medieval ages.
Really? That's insane.
There's a crazy
Chicago's
stat for
meant to
you.
be. My friends were in Chicago and she said it was scary.
Is it really?
Yeah, she said it was literally like from one block to the next. Like
I've heard.
you just didn't know what you were getting yourself into.
I felt a bit like that in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Really?
Atlanta didn't feel like a city. It just felt like, but a lot of American cities are like that. Just feel like a big sprawling suburb. But
Atlanta's like that. Yeah.
it was very sort of like, this road is 8.5 miles long,
Yeah.
right through the centre of Atlanta, and it's like block, like gutter block, and then the next couple of blocks is like derelict houses. Then there's nothing there for a block, and then suddenly it's like East Lake fucking golf club and like multi-million-dollar houses everywhere. It's crazy, man.
How long ago was that when you were there?
2016, so
Yeah.
October. So yeah, it's about 2.5 years ago, man.
I went there a long time ago, and it wasn't as built up as it is now. I think they're trying to make Atlanta into like this, multicultural kind of.
It was one of the busiest airports in the world, the Atlanta.
Oh yeah. Well, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it's huge
Jackson
too.
something or other. I
Yeah.
think it's called.
Oh, man, I got
Jackson
lost in
Hart.
that. Yeah.
Jackson Hart Airport. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mental there. So yeah.
Anything else, Bestie?
I don't think so. Well, I'm
Indie man.
really trying to think, but I don't think I have.
Any Mizat?
No, really, man. I've just been eating like cheese and Scotch eggs and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
we
that.
didn't touch on your.
Yeah.
Give us an update, Andy, please.
What are we at episode time wise here? Let me have a quick look. Yeah, okay, we've probably got a couple of minutes. So, yeah, that's a month done. It was good. Have I eaten any meat since? Yes, I have. I've eaten a bacon roll.
Okay.
That seems to be the breaking point for people who are like vegetarian or whatever.
Yeah.
Bacon seems to be the thing that breaks them.
How was it like? How did it treat you when you ate it? Like, did it sit
Did
well
you
in
get
your
like meat
stomach?
sweats or
Good, I
anything?
thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, no, it was fine. It was like going back to the cheese. Once you get your body and that off of dairy, it does feel weird. And I was like, I had like a block of Parmesan, a big block of cheddar and that in the fridge. Well, no, I was making like meatballs and lasagna and stuff, so making up batches and quick teas and that because I'm so busy at the moment. But yeah, so I'm sitting there just like shaving more bits off the block of Parmesan
Is it all the time?
with a knife. And then, yeah, probably about, in all honesty, maybe about 25 minutes after I'd had cheese and that for the first time, I did feel like a bit like,
Yeah.
and then I was like,
So did you feel better for being vegan?
this is what my mum asked me the other night, last night actually. I was just like, I don't really know. She's like, do you not feel more tired than that? And then I was like, well, that's hard to say because I'm probably busier than I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, I was going to
you've not
say,
had the
you may
time
not
to think
notice
about it.
someone like you.
Yeah, so then that's when I said to her, I was like, I think it would be easier to do the comparison once I've got this academic year out of the way.
Yeah.
So you're going to do it again.
I think I'll have to do it again in the summer to make a really fair comparison because I think it's just too hard to say. But I certainly didn't feel like out of energy. I didn't feel tired. There was a few times where I was like, oh, I'd really love a bit of cheese, or I'd really love scrambled eggs on toast right now, or, you know, cheese on toast. Like, there was one day I was
So
really
cheese
struggling.
was your biggest craving then, yeah?
There was one day, I was going to tell you about it a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I'd been out, I got absolutely smashed. And then the next day, all I wanted was like 3 or 4 bits of cheese on toast, dripping in Worcester sauce, absolutely dripping in it with some Heinz tomato soup. But I couldn't have it because it's cream of tomato soup. Couldn't have cheese
right.
on the toast.
Right.
Yada, yada, yada. So, I don't know. I feel good. And like I say, I've not eaten any meat other than the bacon
So
sandwich.
was there anything that you were surprised wasn't vegan? Like products and stuff like that. So did you change everything? Like
Nah, it was
body wash, shampoo?
I didn't use shampoo because I shave my head now. Like things like Lynx and that's all right.
Right.
Oh, is
So
it?
did you do your homework into all the products that you use?
All I'm using is like,
Oh, it's just food you did, not everything else.
yeah, but none of the stuff I was using to test it on animals or anything like that. Lynx
Oh,
deodorant.
yeah.
Testing on animals.
Did it
is
have the little badge on it to say that it's not?
Oh, check.
Andy!
Don't know.
Links Africa.
Listen, that,
From Africa. It's got
listen, this was a dietary experiment.
Right,
This
okay.
wasn't, you know.
Right, okay, I'll let you off then.
Let me off. Aye. But yeah, no. Other than that, it was good, man. And I haven't gone back to eating any meat. I was dying to try Linda McCartney's £1/4 burger with the mozzarella.
here he goes.
As soon as because it had cheese in it. So
Yeah.
as soon as I made it, I'm sure I messaged Nate. I was like, "Oh, these are fucking beast, man." Like,
The Linda McCartney stuff's better than the corn stuff, I reckon,
yes,
though.
Well,
definitely.
I gave my girls the corn nuggets, the chicken nuggets the other day.
What did they say?
I was like, I'm gonna mix them in with the regular chicken nuggets so you won't know the difference. And then I just put all the corn ones on there, and they took a bite of them. They were like, "Yeah, these are the corn ones," and there was like no difference. I just sat down and ate them. I was like, "Oh, all right."
Did you try one?
Yeah, they're good.
What did you think? Do you
Yeah,
not
they're
think
good.
it's just like a McDonald's one?
Oh, once you dip, I dip everything in like sauce anyway.
Yeah.
Once you put them in the sauce, you really don't taste the
I've
difference.
not tried any of the chicken replacements. So I've tried, like, I get like the Linda McCartney sausages and stuff like that. That's fine, and I still use corn mince, but I've not tried any of the chicken because
It's
I tried.
sweet.
Is it? I tried the like beef strips,
Yeah.
and they were awful. Like they just overpowered everything. Like even putting it in with like a stir fry and sauce, that's all you could taste. So I've not tried any of the chicken yet, but I just find it handy to have veggie kind of stuff in the freezer.
Yeah.
It's just chuck it in. Like you get them for like £1, chuck them in the freezer. They're always there.
Yeah, that's
That's what I've noticed about my freezer is that there's still half a pack of Linda McCartney sauces, half a pack of corn chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
half a pound of pack of corn mince. Because I've pretty much tried a bit of
Yeah.
everything that was on offer through the month.
Yeah.
But what I'll do now is when I go make, I'm going to maybe make a lasagna or that at some point this week. I'll go and buy beef for it, but I'll probably do like a 250 gram of beef to maybe 100 grams of
Yeah.
corn. Because
Ease
100
yourself
grams of
into it,
corn's a lot. That's
Well-
going to make up.
With the corn as well, it's easier for portion control because it's frozen and in a bag, so you can measure how much you've got. Whereas if you're going into Asda or Tesco to buy steak mince or whatever, you're then left with loads.
Yeah.
So you're eating mince for like a week, and you're like, I don't fucking want to eat this for a week.
Or you're eating it all in one night like I do. Like a
Yeah.
slab.
That's why I buy the 250 gram packs, but the only place that sells that now is Asda. Tesco's only does half kilo packs, and it's no use for me if you're living on your own.
No.
See, that's the same with me. So I'll end
Come
up
to mine
making
for tea, Rachel.
I know, right?
come with my slow cooker, like.
It's like Auntie
problem,
Flora's come round for a gold bar and a cup of tea.
I want to do it with you. Let me know when you're doing it, and
Yeah, man.
I'm on board.
Yeah, I was speaking to Nate. He was just saying, fair play in that. He's just like sometimes he's just saying he gets a mad craving for Cathedral City cheese.
Yeah, I remember saying
And I
that.
was just like, bro, at least I was only a month. I could then say, Ken, what? At least I can look
Did you
forward
go
to going back
out
to
to
this.
eat at any point?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Because it's
See, he seems to eat out a lot.
My friend's
Yeah.
got a gluten intolerance, so she's not actually allergic to it, it's just an intolerance. But then my other friend has been diagnosed with celiac. So literally, if she doesn't follow a strict diet, then she is killing herself. You know, her body will shut down. And I was about to say to you, like, if you cut things out of your diet that you don't need to, so if you're cutting out dairy and you don't need to, then that can have problems when you start to reintroduce it. You can then create problems that weren't there before.
Oh, I never thought of that.
But see the options that you get now for like gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan and stuff like that, you notice it so much more on menus. Like even if you go to Sandeman's, the choices that you've got now are amazing compared to what they were 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Even going
Yeah.
into the supermarkets and stuff like that as well. But it's an expensive way of living as well.
Well, to be fair though, like you go to Asda's, you know, because I've been going into Tesco, and I don't really like Tesco, but I have been going to have a look at what's on offer everywhere. Tesco's has got a bigger selection of stuff.
Yeah.
They do.
But Asda's is cheaper, like when the McCartney sausages are only £1 for 6.
Yeah.
£1 for 2 of the pulled pork burgers. So you can go, right, 2 pulled pork burgers, 2 pulled pork buns, 2 of the quarter pounders, thing of sausages, that's £3.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it going, well, that's potentially 4 meals there with burgers over the course of a month
Yeah.
for a couple of quid. And I know that it's not going to be like cheap burgers where it's all bullshit meat that's in it.
Grease
And
everywhere,
God knows what else is
I know,
scraped
I
into
do.
it and put into it. So from a price point of view, I feel a lot better about eating the stuff, you know, at £1 for a pack of 6 frozen sausages, because I know it's no filled with pig's arse and, you know, all that kind of
But
stuff.
it tastes so good.
But the cheese, yeah, just to wrap it up, man, the cheese. So once I got a bit of that into me, about 25 minutes later, I was fucking straight on the bog. Arsehole like the flag of Japan. Honestly.
That is
Absolutely
the best thing
burst.
I've ever heard. That has to be the title for the show.
So it was, but it was good. And I just want to say thanks to someone, particularly Nate, because all through the month, Nate was checking in with me, seeing how I was doing, just catch up and that. So big up to young Nate, because that was really good of him. Appreciate
Shout
that, bro.
out to
Thank you.
sir.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you-
us.
No music at all? Nothing before we wrap up?
No, it's just I talked about that earlier on, like the gyro stuff came out today, and then
Yeah.
the stuff with Hannah Smith Lassie. So that's all now in development. So you can check out the Gyro Babies now. That's out. So
Did you share it on the page?
I will do when I go home. It's just it came out just as I was going out the door. So
Braw.
I will get it up tonight.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap this baby up. Thank you to Rachel for sitting in with us.
Thanks, Rachel.
And,
Thanks, guys.
Taking over for Jordan. You're a healthier version than Jordan. You
Didn't
always-
sniff.
Didn't sniff, yeah.
I actually brought tissues as well, so can I leave them
Please
here?
leave them in the corner, yeah.
They're rose scented and pink.
Oh,
Yeah.
class this joint up a bit. Yeah.
I might have to beat this out, but they'll get battered in here in no time, man. Fuck yeah. Everywhere, man. No
I
me,
should've-
though.
I should have said this at the top of the show, but you can also advertise on this podcast. No amount is too small. Help get your businesses in the ears of our listeners. We can also provide you with an invoice for tax purposes. For more information, you can send us an email to monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. I am Mike Dots @_M Dots. Rachel, you want to give out your stuff?
Not really, no.
There you go. Andy Mack.
Cutting about at Macapella.
We are on Instagram, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. We are also on Twitter @MSF_podcast. Please email us your agony Andes, monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. And any feedback that you have, you can send it on any one of those platforms. Find us on Facebook as well, Monkey Sword Fight
Podcast.
Podcast.
I love Agony Andy. That
Me
is,
too.
genuinely makes me laugh so
Well,
much.
we've got some big news, some stuff that
coming up.
Some stuff that we're going to talk about next week. So there could be an interesting development on some segments and things like that as well going forward into the future. So keep
Watch
your
this
ears peeled. Keep your ears peeled. Keep your ears peeled for this one. Aye, it'll be good. Big announcement next week. So.
Yes. So make sure you tune
so
in
does
next
that mean
week.
I have to actually listen next week?
You do have to.
Right,
listen
okay,
next
I'll
week.
Listen to
next
this one,
week.
though, eh?
Yeah, I have to
'Cause
listen
you were
back.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully I didn't sniff.
No,
But
you
thanks.
don't. You don't. You're not guilty of it.
I go away from the mic. That's why I just
yeah,
just
but you're okay. It's just Jordan. So you know what? I've not went in on him a lot this
No,
episode.
we were good. We were good.
Yeah.
I had planned to go a lot rougher, but we were
I
good.
consciously held back quite a bit.
I think my language was better this week.
It was. It was very
I didn't
reserved.
swear a lot.
You're right.
I did not.
I'll do.
classed-
I
she
The
wanna
got
do-
last time I
Place
did.
If I could be bothered, I would do a swear count. But the last time I had to do one for Jordan, I had to probably listen
Yeah,
to
that
the episode
would've
like
been
3 times to
ridiculous.
make sure I got all
It
86
is
of them.
him. Oh,
Yeah, he is
Mama
bad.
Pats had to donate like about 400 quid to that charity that night. She was absolutely raging. Shout out to Mama Pats.
all right. Let's wrap this joint up. Thanks a lot, guys. Are we done?
I guess so.
Peace.
Bye.
Two.